Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Memorial Day. Sorry, it's been a bit. Welcome back. Let me catch up with chat here. Thank you, Mary Sue. Luoma said, Stevie, did you see the AI generation? And oh, I got to open up StreamerBot. I didn't do that either today. Sorry. Did you see the AI generation in Discord that looks just like you? I did. I'll bring it up on screen actually, because I don't know how much I want to continue to feed into this stuff because it is getting odd at times, but this one is kind of funny. So I need to learn how to stop myself, but we're gonna do this one. Here you go. This is courtesy of Jay Miggy. Let's take a peek here at how far the AI has come. Interesting. Deep freeze. This is me eating chicken wings with you, I guess. Deep freeze, 8 months. Doing some Choop Omastar emotes. Thank you so much, Deep Freeze, for 8 months. And thank you for sticking with me through the month of May, even though I kind of screwed up this month by being sick for like 3 weeks. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm back. So thank you so much. I got my hair pretty darn good. I would say like there's definitely some weirdness. Like I don't think my nose is quite like really super defined my nose or something. And it gave me immaculate skin, which is perfect. In terms of being nice. Yeah, it's a little off, but it's a little funny. And a little scary at the same time. Spooky. It's a little spooky. It gave me more hair on my chest than I have. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's getting... Okay. One of the other funny ones that Jay Miggy created recently, which I tweeted out, was the me getting married to my waifu one, which I thought was quite funny. It was making me obese for a while, which is also equally funny. But now it's just getting a little too real. So like here's the wedding one. This is me marrying my waifu. I love it gave me the eye patch. It gave me an ear piercing, which is interesting to think about. It also gave me beautiful hair, and I'm also like 100 pounds further overweight, but also with like a nicely chiseled jaw. So that really, he's pulling that off. That guy's pulling that off, but that's not me. Anyway, Unknown Gaming, 11 months, saying 11 years with a bunch of emote spam. Thank you, Unknown Gaming. Thank you. Also, thank you as well for sticking around with me.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
That's what I've been waiting for.
And Bright Sky as well, 7 months. Thank you, guys.
W-Riz.
Thank you. Stevie, what's your favorite AI image? I think the wedding one is the funniest. The newest one is just creepy how good it's getting, I guess. Which is interesting in its own way, but yeah. What's up, Hydri? Let me catch up with chat. Jonathan, what's up? Gamer Swordsman, hello. Bright Sky says, what's this? He is alive and didn't fall off the face of the earth? It's true. It's true. I also, you'd be surprised, I also remembered to switch Sylvain into a dancer, which is something that we did not do last stream. So it's good that I did that. Hold on a sec, though. I feel like 80%, you know, out of 100, I'm still not completely over whatever this bizarre thing is, but I've thankfully had far less head congestion over the past, I would say, 5-ish days, maybe. So that's good. It's getting continuously better, which I'm happy about. But that is a scary thing. I mean, imagine getting sick, like you feel the sore throat coming on, and then you realize you're about to lose like 3 weeks of your life. That sucks. I mean, I did work and stuff. I only took a few days off of work, once or twice, I think. But there were days when it was rough to work in that state. It was not good. And thankfully I work from home, so like I wasn't getting people sick or anything, but it was not fun at all. I wouldn't wish that on most people. Is the Camilla picture in the starting soon screen new, or did I just never notice it before? It was Tharja before I switched it. It should have been Camilla during the Fates era, and it wasn't. It was just something I never did, but it was also Chloe at one point, but I think it got turned off somewhere along the way. Audrey, what's up? Have you seen the controversial article from Soapbox who said that in the future, Fire Emblem will no longer be a strategy game, and go full action. What do you think about this? I have not seen that, Audrey, and that is very interesting. So I'm going to write that down and take a peek at that later. Thank you. I'll make sure not to forget about looking into that. Luck of the crits, Return of the King. Thank you, Hydri. Gabe Ruiz, what's up? Wait, you still stream? I never knew, says Chuck. Ouch. Ouch! Show us your six-fingered hands. They're not six-fingered, sorry. That's some other guy. That is some other guy. Zero Goki, I'm sorry that you got timed out. I need to fix that. I need to tweak it. I wanted to stop emote spamming for like people that spam like 3 separate messages of emotes. But I think it's a little harsh the way that I've set it up, so apologies there. And Mermaid Star, thank you. Welcome. My day's going pretty good. I went to a Memorial Day parade today. I also planted some hydrangeas to make my backyard look a little bit better, which I'm happy about, but I'm also tired. So today is going to be kind of chill. We'll play this map. I don't think I'm going to stream for 5 hours. I'm going to be a healthier, more adjusted adult and probably stream a little bit less. But we will have a good time here, I hope. Arkbird gifted it. Oh, Bright Sky gifted a tier 1 sub to Arkbird. Thank you, Bright Sky, and welcome, Arkbird. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Still catching up here. What's up? Don Cho, hello. Jonathan, if I didn't say it already. Is that Crom crying in the background? Oh, I think it's just a brunette guy. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because when J Miggy was making some of those, it gave me like very generic anime waifus and stuff like that. It's like nobody in particular, but it is quite funny. I'm gonna trade. If I remember how this game works at all. I'm gonna give Lewin back to the person who's supposed to have Lewin. At least for now. He made good use of it, but yeah. Also, knowledge gem on Yuri. Does that make sense anymore? Like somebody new should probably get this. Who's newer? Got Dorothea. But again, I haven't committed to how much we're actually going to use her at this point. God, too many questions. Too many questions. Okay, so Flame has to come along on this one. You've got a broken bow. Oh, we need to repair a lot of things. I remember that. Give me your broken stuff.
Thanks a bunch.
I've got some crazy stories of stuff that happened recently as well, too. Life has been very interesting in the past couple weeks. Fix this. So he can actually do combat arts again with his like main weapon. That'd be kind of cool, don't you think? Iron Bow Plus. It's probably worthy of one as well.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
We're like rolling in dough after all the fishing. So let's just fix a lot of things here, I think.
Thanks a bunch.
Very kind of you, Tristan. We're not even on the... I wish I had some kind of system where that couldn't happen till we were on the map. I'm gonna have to... Someone will have to remind me now, because I can't even do that yet. I can't waste it yet. That's actually not that bad, but I'm gonna hold off on repairing Lewin for now. You've got some broken stuff.
Thanks a bunch. Is that the one?
Black Sand Steel. I know that those are kind of rare, but that's kind of worth it.
Thanks a bunch. Is that the thanks a bunch?
We do have a good amount of those lying around, so 11 on Lance of Ruin. That's fine. Do I fix training gauntlets? Probably not. I'll catch up with chat after the ad break. Because people are in the shadow realm right now.
Thanks a bunch.
I think I want to adjust this layout so that we're not missing like any of the screen. For whatever reason, in the past when I had this layout and it didn't take up the whole left column, I think it was a little bit less intrusive feeling. But I decided to extend it all the way to the bottom just for more chat and stuff. And I feel like for some reason it just feels more unwieldy than ever, which is not great. The only problem is then we need like a chin bar at the bottom of like extra space where I just basically shout out socials or like, I guess we could have donation stuff that some streamers do, but it used to be cleaner this way, right? Why bother? That should just be an Iron Sword Plus, probably.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
To be traded around. Okay, this is looking much better. We do have a Steel Lance Plus. That's probably... I don't know how I missed that. Let's just make sure that Dimitri has plenty of weapons with which to wreak havoc. March ring on Mercedes. I think I'll keep for now because she has no movement. And also she's the stride person. We got our brand new dancer and he should learn some sword stuff. So I think I'm probably going to ditch that axe off of Sylvain. Because dancers specifically get that sword avoid skill. So really he should be using swords. W. James MCI, thanks for the follow. Is MCI missing children's incident from Five Nights at Freddy's? I could be way off, but if it is, I just got that immediately.
Hiya, papaya.
What's up, Kai? Sorry, I'll try to catch up with chat in like 20 seconds here when the ads are gone. Let me just think. You're doing okay. You're also a mage at this point. A mage with a full inventory of swords and an iron bow plus. And a knowledge gem. Interesting. Wildcat. 6 months. Thank you so much, Wildcat. Welcome back. Welcome back.
W. Riz.
How are you doing, Wildcat? Happy Memorial Day. I'm gonna assume we don't need, we don't need torches anymore tonight on this one. Are we bringing Catherine again? This is like kind of the path to user, sort of. But also like you're already a sword master. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Annette is getting the short end of the stick though so far this run. I'm kind of using a lot of other people instead. Why is there a double ad break now? What is happening? What have you done? I swear we were already 3 minutes into an ad break. Or maybe it was a countdown timer to the ad break and I totally misread that, in which case, sorry. What's up, Dead Memer? This map, it sucks because the terrain takes forever to traverse. That is very true. It's true. The sand is pretty bad. It's a beautiful map, actually. I think they intended for it to be more fun than it is, but yeah, it's not so great. With that said, we're forced to use Flame. I could try to give her stuff to make her better, but I don't know if I want to do that. Also the Chalice of Beginnings, I don't know how I feel about that item. I mean, they give it to you, right? It's a DLC item, but in the same way that I feel kind of weird and a little cheesy about like the Snowmelt drop, Floral Robe, like a lot of this stuff they throw at you, like Sacred Galewind shoes. Little cheesy. We do have some actual stat boosters in here though that I probably should use. In fact, maybe we'll do that really quick to make some people stronger. I like to dump them into like an empty person's inventory to like sort out my thoughts. HP. Charm, luck, Dexterity. Strength is pretty important, obviously. Goddess icon, of course. Secret book. Spirit dust. That's a good one. All right, strength. That's a pretty simple one. Let's take a look here. Who's struggling on the strength department? Flame doesn't count to me. 18, 21, 25, 17, 13, 17, 18, 24, 15, 23. Felix, his strength, is it Felix who's kind of been not getting a lot of strength at all? It looks like it to me. Can't remember exactly, but have been some people that are a little lacking. What's Sylvain? Is he 18? Oh yeah, Sylvain's pretty bad.
All epic
He might
PewDiePie sexy
warrant some,
gamers.
but as a
I bring you
dancer-
an urgent announcement.
Stat boosters, I could care less. Chalice feels like cheating though. Also glad to see you're feeling better. Ligma is scary. Hello, Chip. I think some stat boosters, like +2 movement from the Galewind shoes in particular, like that's pretty insane. So it's a little crazy to me. All right, everybody's back. Let me catch up with chat. Sorry. Hello, Tristan. Paper Mario remake when? Oh, are you asking me to play that? I never played it originally, but I know it has some similarities to some games I like, so I wonder if I would like it actually. I don't know, I just feel like the Mario universe is not that deep. There's something not as interesting to me with that. I know they created some new characters for those games, but I don't know, I'll have to think about that one. There's other stuff that I've promised first, like triangle strategy and such, that I still didn't even buy that I should buy. Yeah.
Can't let you do that, Star Fox.
I know I'm about to get sick, says Mary Sue. One of the people I live with has been coughing openly nonstop. Ugh. Oh, sorry. I hope that doesn't happen to you. Elvia is on a 55 stream watch streak. Did I miss other watch streaks? Gabe is on a 55 stream watch streak. Sorry, I missed that. Luoma is on a 55 stream watch streak. That's crazy. And Tristan is on a 55 stream watch streak. I thought you were off, Tristan, but it's doing it pretty good for you. Thank you, guys. 55 stream watch streak after an absence.
Let me tell you about the drip. Credit card charged up. Hope my mom don't flip.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. I need some new sound effects in here. I have some ideas, but we'll get to that. Sorry, I'm Steven. Said, let Flame fight everyone by yourself. That sounds like a very bad. It would be a fun 10 minutes, I guess, but she would die and we'd have to restart for sure. Let's see. People forget Warcraft started as an RTS before it ended up in the MMORPG space. Crit, I have a question. Is it scorching hot in the US or is it just close to the equator kind of thing? It was hot today in a good way. I don't know. Some people complain about the heat, but I mean, I think the summer is the best season. So if you have like no AC in your house, I could see how that would be a very bad thing for you, but I like the beach. So Yuri's a little lacking in the strength department. We are training him magically, so I'm not sure if he's worth the stat booster right now. You know what? Maybe we give it to Ingrid. Maybe we give it to Ingrid. Not off on the count. I thought you were, the past couple streams you complained about it's not registering the right number or something for you, but I'm glad it seems to be correct. You're probably going to eat this burdock, right? I think you probably should. Don't make me regret this, Ingrid. All right, Hanneman, what are we looking at? HP. Actually, magic. Magic's kind of a big one. Let's take a look at everyone's magic stats. Shez as an enlightened one will use some magic, but I don't know if that's going to be the end game class for Byleth. So 13. People who matter for this. 28, I'd say you're good. 14 on Yuri as a mage. That's interesting. He is a mage now, which means like he'll probably have a better growth rate from this point on in terms of magic, but he's a little lacking to begin with. So we could give him a little extra oomph with like the Levin sword and with some of his magic. Sylvain's not going Dark Knight or anything this time. The do no. And that's 23. That's pretty good. 20 already with Dorothea. So if we do decide to use her a lot, she's already like at least got a good baseline. I think it's going to Yuri, just to ensure that he can actually do some more damage. I think if I remember right, he was kind of struggling to damage things a bit in the past. I wish I could just use it. Why do I have to trade for it? Give everyone all my goodies. I wonder if Hanneman should have the skill thing, though. All right. Also, hello, Veronica. How are you doing? This is getting hot down here, actually, to be fair. As much as I said the heat is nice. It's dry hot right now, which is hell. Then it become wet hot, which is hell or hell. Yeah, so when I went to Las Vegas for a company event years ago, it's the only time I've ever been on the West Coast. People told me like, yeah, the dry heat, like it's so much better than the humidity of like the East Coast. Like it's way better. It's so good. And I went over there and I hated it. I thought it was way worse. It was crazy. I couldn't believe how much I disagreed with like most people who said that to me. And the thing is, like the way that I would describe it is like, whereas here with the humidity, like, yeah, your hair might get a little frazzled. You'll be sweaty, like moist maybe. At least like with the sweat, you have relief. With the dry heat of like Vegas, you're walking around outside and you feel like you're in a sauna, but you're not sweating and you can't leave. So there is no relief. So while you can complain about, yeah, my hair is getting messed up, I'm moist, I feel gross, whatever, here, at least like when you sweat, there is like a sense of actual relief, and like you could feel the wind blowing on like your moist scalp, and that feels kind of good. In Vegas, no, I did not like it. I thought it was awful. Vegas is an interesting place, but I would take the East Coast wet heat way more than dry heat for sure, personally. Three Houses fans on Twitter are unbearable, says Audrey. I mean, they did try to cancel me for making a observation about Edelgard. A personal take about Edelgard in one particular chapter. So yeah, it can't be that way. Can't be that way. James says, sure, we'll go with that. LOL. Okay, apparently that was not a FNAF reference. Critty, you're hoping to see the Fire Emblem 4 remake teaser trailer at Nintendo Direct this June. That's a tough one for me because I still like, I don't know what they're doing, and I feel like in my gut something changed about Nintendo's plans. I think maybe, and obviously I don't know this for sure. Why do you have a rested bow? What I feel like happened, and we don't know this for sure, but what I feel like happened was that the new Switch model was supposed to come out this year, and so maybe there were plans to announce something and release something for the new console this year. And maybe that would have meant a new Fire Emblem for this year. I'm not sure. But because that got delayed into next year now, kind of early next year, I think, or next spring, I think I think it's gonna be kind of a weird year for Nintendo games. So either they release a Fire Emblem game this year, and I don't think this is likely, but a possibility is they release a Fire Emblem game this year. It's at the very end of the original Switch lifespan. It's not going to sell very well. It may even do like worse than Echo's numbers. I don't know. Especially like as a remake at the end of a console lifespan, right before the brand new console. I know that the Switch 2 is supposed to be, or whatever it's going to be, is supposed to be backwards compatible. It's probably going to be kind of like the 3DS XLs, right? Where they had like the slightly extra capability, and they had like slightly different chips, game chips. So like you can't bring them back to like a normal 3DS, but like you could still play the old ones on it. So technically someone maybe could buy the new console and play the Fire Emblem game that way. But I just don't see them doing that. It just seems like a really stupid idea to release a game at the end of a console lifespan like that. So maybe they had plans originally and now they've decided to wait. I don't know. I have no idea. But I still, in my heart, believe that Genealogy Remake has to happen. Whether it's this year, whether it's next year, like, they've got to do it. I think they did an Echoes remake. Why would they not do a Genealogy remake? They already remade 3, basically. So, Genealogy's next. It has to be happening. Like, some plans might have changed behind the scenes. COVID messed up a lot of things, delayed a lot of things, especially Engage. But it has to be happening. Do we feel good about this? Let's see. You have a killer axe you can no longer use as a thief. Have any other toys for you? Not really. Oh, also, did I switch, like... what am I thinking here? Oh, yeah, you're... Sorry, hold on. Yeah, I think we kind of did go through everyone's equipped skills. And things were like, okay, looking. I do think Sylvain as a dancer probably needs a better sword. You know, let's give him an Iron Sword Plus. Bare minimum.
Welcome.
Taking my time today with this, so if you're bored, apologies, but... Oh, I don't have enough smithing stones. I can't buy them here, can I? I think we need to go back to exploration for that. Okay, that's all right.
Come back soon.
We'll be okay. Let me just make sure battalions are replenished.
Welcome.
And also, what is... We have a couple people I think I forgot to equip battalions too. Especially when you switch their classes, sometimes they can't have their previous one anymore. Well, you guys are fine. You have Stride. Mercedes does not. Oh, she currently does have Stride. I did give her Stride as well. Isn't it White Magic? I'm going to give you a different one for now. Can you not use the ice? No. You suck. Poison tactic though, that's fun. All right, I'm kind of good with that. Let's figure out adjutants. Nine months, Kai. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to be here. Thank you. Thank you for waiting for me. Wildcat said, tired and very pregnant. What do you do, Wildcat? That's crazy. I hope you're feeling all right, though. Chalice, you could just put on the brawlers, says Gabe. Miss Modern Mayhem, hello. Green. 15 months. That's like more than a... I don't know if you guys know this, but that's like more than a year. Thank you, Reen. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I'm sorry that I was gone for like 3 weeks-ish. I did talk about this stuff. This is too cheese for me. Sure, we'll see if after 3 attempts at the final map you still think the same, says Jonathan. That's probably fair. But have I ever led you astray? Even with some of my jank strats, we make it. We make it. We're all gonna make it. Okay? What's up, Roy the Boy? Dragon Master, hello. Is Shez in this game? Says Audrey. Forgot today was Monday. Yeah, today's odd in the US because of the holiday. How lucky you are. Here in the South, it is so hot that animals are dying from heat shock, says Jonathan. That's wild. Yeah, I guess how would you alleviate that, right? having like ample water or like a pond or something for them to like swim in. I'm not even sure. That's crazy. Sound a little bit better. How are you? I'm like 80%. 80%. It's not completely gone. I still have like some stuffiness in my nose. My head's still not like 100%. But I feel mostly better. Mostly better. Dry heat you can escape by going in shade. Humid heat you can't, says Dragon Master. That's kind of true, but also in the shade, if you're not sweating, it's not that much better. It's kind of like someone is just blowing hot air at you, like through like a hair dryer or something, right? I don't know. It's like annoying. It annoyed me. It's like when you sit in a hot tub for too long and you got to get out. It's great at first. You really enjoy it. And then after a while, you're just like, whoa, I got to get out of here. It's too much. And you need the break to breathe. What's up, Captain Planet? Didn't Engage just come out? Said Captain Planet. Engage came out, what, last year? I know people keep saying that. They always use that as a reason for why there can't be a new Fire Emblem. But as a reminder, Engage was supposed to come out in 2020 and did not come out until, what, 2023? They had that game ready for a long time. They might have gone back with some extra time and polished it even more or something like that, but they had that game ready for a while, for sure. Engage was not like fresh. And that's how, and you know that too, because instead of 3 Houses where they waited like 6 months because they were actually developing the Abyss Mode DLC, they were actually working on that when, like, during that period of time, and then it got released in the next year. Engage, they rushed out, crapped out all the DLC in a handful of months. Game was over already, immediately, because it was done. It was done and it was ready. They were sitting on it, they were waiting. That means to me, another game was also already being developed, probably by the same team that did Echoes, perhaps, because there's multiple teams within Intelligent Systems, right? So I think they already have another Fire Emblem game ready. That's just my speculation. I could be off, but I believe it. So it seems to me that they're just waiting for an opportune moment or something to release it. Bright Sky, thank you for the gift subs today. With a tier 1 gift sub to Hydri. Welcome, Hydri. Thank you. Thank you for all the love today, guys. I really appreciate you. Game cards will have a notch just like 3DS ones. I think so too. I think so too. So like, right? Original 3DS game cartridge, right? Original Switch game cartridge, right? The emote literally in the worst exact spot as I try to show this, right? The enhanced 3DS cart. I don't know how you want to call that exactly, but it has that little notch there, right? So it can't exactly go in an old 3DS, but that is the difference between those two. So how much you want to bet the Switch 2 is going to have that same little notch? I betcha. I betcha. Because it's the perfect way to not allow a new game in an old Switch where it wouldn't be compatible and it wouldn't be able to run right. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Hope they keep the same controller style so I can keep using the one-handed adapter I have and can keep playing. I would hope the Joy-Cons are even better too, because I think people lost that class action with the Joy-Cons, right? I think we lost that one. We took a big L, folks. Even though some of the Joy-Cons were really kind of crappy, unfortunately. Hey, Stevie, did anything at least good happen for you over the last 3 weeks while you were sick? This ain't your grandma's cartridge. This one is raspberry flavored. That's true. I have licked a Switch cart before. It is gross. It is absolutely, it's definitely gross. But a good idea, ultimately, to stop children from choking on them. Has anything good happened for you over the last 3 weeks while you were sick? Yes. There was a point of slight depression after like spending a day and a half, 2 days in bed. At one point in time, I was really over it. Like I just wanted to be okay and be able to live life again. But how much do I want to reveal about this? Okay, this is gonna be like funny news and good news for some of you and bad news for the rest of you. I may or may not have gotten a new side gig, which I realize will further take more potential time from me and making videos and making the videos that I've promised that I'm working on that I haven't touched in like 3 weeks because I was not well. But yeah, something happened a little bit. So gambling? No, it's not gambling. Cam girl news? No. No. You guys are sick. His OnlyFans era? No. No.
You're making a mess. You're done. You are done.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Male stripper root. Proud of you, man. That would be interesting. I would definitely have to know how to dance better than I do. I am not very good at that. Certainly. Got a girlfriend? I did not. That is not the news. No. You think I refer to having a girlfriend as having a side gig? That's hilarious. That's really funny, actually. That's like, that needs to be like part of the lore of this channel now. Whenever someone has a girlfriend, they have a side gig. No, that's not what it is. Side gig, I heard side kick. Oh, okay. But no. Become a daddy? No. Audrey says, Engage development was completed in 2021 and released in January 2023. What did IS do for 2 years after that? Exactly. And now these games do take several years to work on, so there's a chance that that team that released Engage, those specific people, and I think some of them do go back and forth between the different teams that work more independently. And they could be starting a brand new thing and it's not done yet. But you have to remember that they released Echoes in 2017. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't all of those same people that did Echoes that did Three Houses in 2019, right? And then Engage in 2023. That's crazy to even say that huge gap right there. But so basically, like, if you consider that they're switching back and forth between different teams, right? Because that's what they do with Pokemon, the Pokemon games. And Game Freak is also like not that big of a company too. But they have different subsections of teams working on different projects, and they're all slated. What do you call it? What's the word? They're staggered. The release is staggered. So that is what to me says there's another Fire Emblem game ready, and it's just sitting there waiting, maybe for the new Switch. I don't know. Choops is the sidekick. Choops would be my sidekick. Yeah. I'm not sure that he would appreciate me saying that. He'd probably think I was his sidekick, but that's fine. On his channel, I could be his sidekick. On my channel, he's my sidekick. That's fine. That works. Okay, what's the side gig? I want you to guess. what the side gig is. What else could you see me doing? And it's not for the money. Let me be very clear. I didn't do this for the money. I'll explain exactly why I did it, but I want you to guess what it is first. And I should probably get into this map while we do that. So, adjutants. To figure this out, I want to figure out who we need supports from. Let's get Dedu maybe popping in, or maybe do we throw like Hanneman? Am I going to use these guys? Am I using Caspar? I think DJ. DJ would be interesting. It's not DJ, but that's interesting. I'm not sure that I'm that good. Like if someone gave me the aux cable, I might have like some ideas for music, but I'm not sure that everybody would love it. I don't know. But to be fair, I did tell a story once about how I went to a Halloween party at a bar/club in Boston, and there was the absolute worst DJ I have ever experienced, and I do think I would have done a better job than that guy, for sure. For sure. And I would not be a good DJ. Let me be very clear. At least not with my current skill set. But yeah. Photography, that's a good guess, but no, it's not. CPA, no. Creamed corn canner. Oh, you got me. You got me. Creamed corn canner. We need a hint at least. Okay, I gotta give you a hint that doesn't like completely reveal it immediately. My height helps. My height helps. And probably helped me get the gig. I think if I was really short, they probably wouldn't have hired me. There's your I know that's still very vague, but anything else I say, you'll immediately know exactly what it is. Art, editing, no. Hydri. It has nothing to do with my normal skills. Has nothing to do with my normal skills. Cat and a tree rescuer. Slender Man cosplayer. Yeah, I would not be good at that. I am not slender. Sorry, my phone keeps blowing up today. Are we starting this map? Okay, we're figuring out adjutants. Am I bringing teachers though? Am I bringing Shamir? Supports with Shamir. Shamir Kaspar. These ones we're waiting on. Let's not do that one. Dedu? Does Dedu have stuff with anybody that we need to work on? Flane? Dedu Flane? Do I care? Do I care about Dedu Flane? Dedu Shez, maybe. That's weird. That's weird, but I'm doing it. Okay, Dedu Shez. Who else? Happy? No, Happy should be more limited, probably. I'll bring one of the teachers. How about Hanneman on net? That's cool. Wait, is Annette even coming? She's she's not. Okay, let's I'm gonna ditch Yuri for Annette today. I've given Yuri a little too much attention. Also, I was doing stat boosters and I got distracted and stopped doing them, but it's fine. No, you wanted Hanneman. There we go.
Attention, all epic, sexy, lucky crit gamers. I
Top
bring
shelf
you
getter.
an
That's a
urgent
good idea.
announcement.
Model naval officer, no. No, but Mary Sue's getting not close, but night staffer at the world's tallest Walmart. There are vague elements to what you guys are saying that are not you help the elderly. I don't help the elderly. Why are you embarrassed? I'm gonna reveal it. I just want to have some fun with it first before I tell you what it is straight up. It's not something I ever would have thought that I would do, but when you figure out why, I think maybe it'll make sense. Let's rearrange this. You can't move at all. Plus desert sand equals L. Equals ratio. Wait, where's Mercedes? Mercedes with stride is definitely happening here. If anybody's in front, it's you people. You can dismount. That's not too bad. Probably fine. Let's go for a little save there and on board. So let's start. And hope that we're prepared well enough. Also, wait a minute. Is Sedith my only flyer? That's pretty bad, actually.
You heretics!
That's actually really bad. Why did I do that?
You are the heretics. Be gone from here at once.
I wonder if they'll leave the islands. I know some of those assassins in the bottom left will definitely come at us. But typically, to play this map, I usually have to have somebody fly over with Sedith to like get some work done, like Petra or something. Yikes. Well, let's see how this goes. And I have not forgotten. I owe a pulse.
You heretics who defile our goddess.
Oops. I was trying to skip.
You are the
Shut up. Dog Walker? No. Doug Walker. Is that an Only Plays reference? New extra on Smiling Friends? Oh god, I wish. I like Smiling Friends. I gotta be honest, I don't love the new season so far. It's not bad, but it's also like maybe I overhyped it in my mind. But also with season 1 of Smiling Friends, I do feel like I had to watch some of the episodes like twice to really truly appreciate them. And that sounds like such cope, but I really do like Smiling Friends and the humor, but I think it gets funnier the more that you watch it is the thing. Because the first time it can be so wacky that you're like, what is happening? But it gets better and the memes get better. But I really like, from the first season of Smiling Friends, I really like, the pilot is great. I like Shrimp Odyssey. I like the Mr. Frog one. There might be one or two. I mean, they're all kind of pretty good, but those are some of my favorites. In season 2, I like the Alan one so far. That was probably my favorite. But a new one came out that I didn't see yet, so I have no idea about that one. Stand-up comedian? No. Human cat tower? No.
Bruh.
The episode in Brazil was the best. I wanted them to actually go and do something on the beach, and they did not. Mary Sue got it! Kind of. Mary Sue got it. I am working security for a bar/club. I see you like the episode with male breastfeeding. Interesting. It's a funny meme. I like that part, yeah. You want me to bite you? Yeah. So, yeah, why? Why have I unpaid? No, I'm getting paid. I just wanted to be very clear that I'm not doing it for money. Like I'm not doing it because I need the money. That's not the reason why. Yeah, security guard for a bar/club. Oh, you said bouncer? Sorry, I didn't see that then. Five Nights at Freddy's. That's also not why I'm doing it, but that is funny. That's very funny, actually. I did go down the Five Nights at Freddy's rabbit hole last year. Yeah, it was last year. Oh my god, that's crazy. Like last summer? I don't even know. But yeah, I watched my fair share of Five Nights at Freddy's lower videos in the past year. I'm just gonna put that out there. I thought it was a very kiddie series at first, but I have to admit I do like some elements of the story. As much as I meme on things like Roblox, I do think Five Nights at Freddy's is actually kind of interesting. You wanted to see how it'd be to try new things? No. Free alcohol? No. I don't get that. Doug Walker was on the new Smiley Friends? That doesn't even sound fun. He gets to carry a pew-pew. Wait. The hours are great for people that work 9 to 5. Well, yeah, Elvia, but it's not about the hours that I'm doing it. And no, I don't get to carry a pew-pew.
I'll crush them all.
Let's see. I want to lure this guy. We're not striding on turn 1. And I'm also not letting Dimitri get attacked by like 3 people.
Here goes.
Is it weird? Wait a minute.
In the name of the goddess, stand before her.
Probably about time for that. Stevie, I think you need to bulk up a bit more. Do 10 jumping jacks? Oh, God. Somebody suggested a push-up redeem. There's a level of, like, humiliation I don't know if I want to take on with those things, but I'll think about it. Group Flames, not useful there. She can do a good job on that guy, though. Are you being blackmailed? No. No. So, to tell the story, I think it was early last summer. I guess apparently around the same time as Five Nights at Freddy's happened for me. I went to this place. It was a bar/club. And, you know, I was just having some drinks, just trying to enjoy the environment, whatnot. You know, maybe meet some new people, talk to them, and try to engage and socialize. Because working from home is not...
Ready.
It's not great for that sort of thing, you know? Ooh. I kind of like that. Let's see if this hits. We could probably tag team this assassin. So I'm getting drinks, right? And I see a security guard. And when you first think of like a security guard, at least my initial impression was they just stand there and make sure everybody is safe all night, right? They're probably not really allowed to talk to people, or like they really shouldn't, because they're supposed to be paying attention to like everything that's happening. You should be distracted and whatnot, right? So like you assume it's probably really boring, like, what's the word?
Can't afford to lose.
Quirkless job where there's not like a lot to gain from it. However, at this particular location, I witnessed a security guard. First off, he knew like everybody that walked by him. You know, bro fisting, hugging, whatever. He knew like everybody. So I realized immediately like, okay, so there's going to be regulars that you see all the time that are going to get to know you. If you want to meet more local people and get more involved in your local community, that is one way. Not saying that that's the best group of people maybe to get involved with, because if they are coming out like every single weekend consistently, there might be a chance that they're like drunks or like, you know, maybe not the best people. They could be totally fine as well, but also like you do run that risk, I'm sure, right? But immediately I was like, okay, look at that. Like you get props because you know people, there's going to be consistent regulars, you'll get involved in like the local like nightlife, right? So like it's good from that perspective. I immediately saw. Also, people treat you differently because you're wearing that outfit. It's kind of like when you put on the uniform, whether it's a police officer or a military person or whatnot, people react very differently around you. And that part of it, I don't think I even realized a year ago, but I realized it now doing this job. It's that immediately people behave differently. They see the outfit and there's like power behind that outfit, even though mine is very simple. And I'm not even saying like that's something that appeals to me either. That's just an interesting facet of it. That could be part of it for people. But also, the final and most important part of this is that women were just going up to that guy left and right and flirting with him. And this is a security guard. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, that's not right. The security guard shouldn't be flirting with people. That seems a little odd. Like, that's weird. But also maybe it's the uniform thing, or maybe it's the I feel safe because this guy is making sure everybody's safe here thing. Like a weird, I don't think weird dynamics are good, but like there's something there. And I was like, am I doing things wrong? Like, is this something that I should be doing? How is this security guard getting hit on constantly? Like what is it about this guy? So I chatted with him for a little bit, and I guess that should, and how is he not getting in trouble when he's a security guard and he's like openly flirting with people instead of doing what he's supposed to be doing? So yeah, I think he found the goddess icon, and I chatted with him, and apparently that's just the culture of this particular place, and maybe other places. I know some people have told me stories about bouncers that they knew that you know, it was very similar.
Stay focused.
But I was like, I gotta try this. I gotta see
in my Fire Emblem.
I gotta see what the deal is with this. So that's I guess the main factor. Well, so I didn't know for sure if it was actually gonna happen for me or not. I just said, F it, let's just try and see what happens. So like about a month ago, I called the place, left him a voicemail. So I basically assumed and figured they'd never call me back, and like at least mentally I could be fine with it because like at least I tried, right? But I fully accepted, like, whether it happens or doesn't happen, I don't really care. Like, I got plenty of other stuff to be doing anyway. I should be working on these videos that I haven't been working on. And then also, I think because I didn't care, they called me back. I had the interview for it. The guy just immediately, I think, liked me or whatever, so it was just a done deal. So
I'll give it my all.
yeah, that happened. Doing it for the uniform. Just be careful. Yeah, there was almost a fight already one night, but again, I do want to illustrate to you too that people that are drunk, they're drunk and they see the uniform, they get a little scared. So I was upstairs one night and I was looking down over the balcony and I saw that groups of two guys were coming at each other, kind of doing the whole like hold me back, and like it was about to go down, and I saw there was one security guard guy down there and nobody else who was down there on the rest of the floor was seeing this happen. So I ran downstairs quickly as fast as I could, and by the time I got there, just him walking through the crowd of those two dudes, it was already broken up and gone. So yeah, that's not going to account for every scenario, but I think people are a little sheepish when it comes to the outfit, which in this case is kind of a good thing. So I know women who flirt with bouncers to get into the clubs. That makes sense. I haven't been at the front yet, so I can't speak to that. And no, the guy that I was talking about in particular, he was not like a guy at the front for that to happen to. It wasn't that. It wasn't about that. Speed 34, yikes. Yeah, we're gonna wait for these guys to approach us. As far as this happening, do I want that to happen? Oh, I don't want both of those things to happen, so we do want to repo him. Who's got drawback? You definitely do. You have swap. We might have to stride anyway.
Here we go.
Is it Sylvain? Sylvain's got repo. I thought you had drawback. You have drawback. Of course. Oh, you actually can do it. Leaving a net there with 2 mages, that should be fine. And Mercedes getting shot is not a problem. Yeah. This is fine. Okay. I'm gonna move Sedith, like, somewhere else.
I'm on it.
Let us away.
And Flane. Just move you up. Yeah, they should be more attracted to Dimitri in this case. Because of his low speed, for whatever reason, on this run. Not rescuing. I would like to get Sylvain out of the back, though. Oh, the first dance! Quick note from one security guard to another. Always make sure to keep an eye on a person's hands when confronting them. You never know when they'll pull a weapon on you real quick for no reason. Thank you, Wildcat. Yeah. That's fair. Very fair. What's your res? They do double you. But 24? Yeah, they don't want you.
Thanks.
Go for the dismount there to make Ingrid easier to move next turn. Let's let this play out. So basically, you took the job for a social experiment, says Miss Modern Mayhem. I mean, like, kind of, yeah. A way of meeting new people in the area that I live in. Because the reality is that, like, I went to college very far away. And so a lot of the people that I met at college are not around here. I do have some high school friends, but my high school situation was a little complicated as well because it's a long story and I don't know how much of it I want to share, but basically, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Basically, my mother was scared of the high school in the district that we were in. And my aunt lived in a much better town. So my parents tried to finagle a way for me to get into that other district. And I went to kindergarten in that other district, and then they kicked me out. So, long story short, the kids that I went to high school with, we had moved by then, so then I was in that correct district. But I basically only knew the high school kids from kindergarten. I went to kindergarten and then high school with the same group of kids, which is really bad, especially in like a smaller town, because that means that the cliques are like predetermined like years ago before you show up. And there's only so much headway you could make with those people to like connect with them and bond with them at that point. Like it was rough. It was rough. Especially for me then, my social skills were not quite as developed, I would say, as they are now. And I'm not saying they're perfect now either, but they're definitely way better than they were. So, yeah. Are you guys not gonna approach yet? Okay. So the reason why I was going into that though was basically in the area that I'm in, I don't have a bunch of friends. So I'd love to meet some new people. and improve that situation. You know. Need to make an AI image of CV beating up people. Oh, geez. Just yesterday, a lady that came into jail on 3 charges of POM, POCS. POM. POCS. Concealed. I don't know what either of those two things are.
Last one of them.
Where's my eye patch? I know what those charges are. Decided, hey, I'm getting a strip search already. Here's the weed pipe I was hiding in my butt. Interesting. Is this the eye I usually do? Yeah, it is. Wow, it had been so long I forgot which eye to cover. That's pretty wild. And that's fine getting hit again. What level are you? 20? Goodbye.
I won't hold back.
Sorry, I have current chat that I was reacting to, but I also have a lot of chats that I missed. So, and now I'm blind in one eye, but I'm gonna try. Did read that one. Taking my side gig through the crit jungle. Writing reviews for travel companies. That'd be sick, actually. I would not mind some kind of travel side gig. In fact, the trip that I went on, you can be the tour guides for those trips, and that would be like a kind of a fun sounding job. It's also kind of stressful sounding too, in a way, because I would have to basically be responsible for a group of like 30-something-year-olds, which some of them would be fine, but not all of them for sure, right? So figuring out and making sure everybody's like plane tickets and everything are all set. Like there was an incident during my trip where somebody like their ticket on the plane, they just weren't able to get on the plane that they were supposed to be on. They had overbooked it and they couldn't get on it, and so the tour guide basically was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And he handled it, which was great, but it was rough because he had to be running around figuring it out while everybody else is trying to catch their flights. He was supposed to be catching a flight. So stuff like that will happen. Just something that's going to have to be expected and accepted. Trying to pass around some EXP here.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
Yu-Gi-Oh card collecting was a guess. Comparing Fire Emblem with Pokemon, not a good sign. Just from a development team perspective, okay? Fire Emblem has never put out a game that bad. In terms of like how well it runs, right? Maybe reception. I'm not going to stride this turn. I didn't think. Yeah, actually, we are dancing this turn. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't. What am I going to do about this? This is not good. What's the condition to win this map? We have to rout the enemy. Absolute yikes. I hope they'll start moving. Like over here is going to be a cakewalk. I don't know if they start approaching without us luring them though. And I'm not going to find out just yet. I'm going to keep using a net as bait. You need a heal. Is this a stride turn? Yeah, it seems like a lot of these we have to bait ourselves. Baiting assassins is not a fun concept. We don't have to do either. That might have been a wee bit silly. Well, we could stride and then not have to bait the assassin by killing the assassin. Although there's a second one behind that one. Do we press forward? I'm not sure that I want to engage on two fronts, but maybe we'll get ready to go deal with this corner. I don't think we need to use stride. I don't know if I should say it or not, but if you kill the main bishop, the rest of the enemies will come to you. I was kind of hoping there was a way for that to happen. You mean this guy? Because there's another one. If you mean him, that's not good. But if this priest, that would be kind of good, because then we could pull them out of the water. Okay, are they even allowed? He can't even move. Although maybe if like Seth went out, oh, what's his res? Oh, this is not good. Not having a second flyer because Ingrid is a cab right now is not great for this. I should have switched her. And let's... get off a little dance.
Sit upon the throne. I have no doubt you will be gifted a revelation from the goddess.
Dancing on the beach.
Attention, all epic, lucky critting gamers. I bring you an urgent announcement.
Putting in my suggestion ticket for Helldivers 2 Wednesday. Why do you want to see that? Are you might in fact be the only person that wants to see that. I have some friends that like Helldivers. I've heard things about Helldivers, but with the list of other rotating games, especially someone like you who wants XCOM, you really think I should add another one to that list for you to be more upset about? There's a new Lapis out in Heroes, so I feel like Heroes should probably happen. Like I planned to before, but wasn't feeling well.
What's done is done.
I realized Heroes is not everybody's cup of tea, but if I was gonna do a Heroes one, it would kind of be a good time to do it. Because then I could carry you. Oh, so this is a just personal wanting to be able to play with me type deal. That seems fair to everybody else. Definitely fair and unbiased. Alright, who is tanking an assassin? 31 attack, 34 speed. Okay. Level 25 Western Church assassin. Who tanks it? And yes, he has 34 speed. Remember. Big defense. Big defense. And haters. Don't get mocked. Let's see. 16 defense, 31 attack. That's what, double 15s? Doesn't seem that bad. Counter back with the bow. No. Counter back with the sword. A lance. Surround him with all of his best buddies.
A bit disappointing.
That's gonna be really annoying. The combat arts thing is above the dance.
Thanks for that.
Somehow I've forgotten about that. You're getting doubled no matter what. You might as well better avoid.
Thank you.
Except, oh, Mercedes. Mercedes, because of what I did to her, is capable of getting over there. Ooh. Why not? Hello. And I'll pull one of these guys too, why not? All right, are they all moving or is it just those two? Whose range we have entered? Quite damaging her battalion. She's gonna lose it at some point in the future. Probably use her gambits before that happens. Okay, he's coming too. He's also coming, but not Mr. Other Assassin yet. Okay. Mark the other ones, and I'll also keep that guy marked, I guess. All right, so does Ingrid want some action, maybe? You know what, Violet?
Use caution.
Or is this maybe this is a stride turn? But just on them? Actually, that's not too bad. Seems a mite wasteful, but we do have a second stride.
Thank you.
He can't counter. The other mage guy will kill him if I don't heal him, but we do have Flame like literally right behind him. What does Ash do to the other mage guy? Pretty good. What's up, Lunar Cryos? It's a Fire Emblem stream, there's no chill here. Annette, you know, Annette is still level 20. She also does need to be healed. How do I want to do this? We got people that got strided. Like, he could do it, but that's kind of wasteful. He's already level 22. Why do you not have curve shot? I should have given you curve shot. Oh, and who has... Is it you with the rally? It is. Why don't we do that? Assuming he doesn't have Vantage, which I didn't bother to check, he's dead.
Oh, thank goodness. Feeling stronger.
Odd level, okay. That's where it was. Sorry, just still trying to catch up in chat here. You get to pat down guess, asked Chuck. I do not get to pat down guess. I would not want to do that anyway. That's like really awkward. Only like an actual pervert, I think, would appreciate that as a job. Like, you know, the person that you're patting down is not comfortable with you patting them down. You just have to out of pure protocol. I prefer to pat down people when they want to be patted down. I think that's the fair, healthy response, if you ask me. Okay, we do have this like actual serious threat I should deal with though too over here. Of which not everyone can even reach. I'm just gonna have her get hurt, I think. She's a better bow. Not gonna lie, I don't see how being a bouncer would be superior to more hours I can have sleeping and honk me-me-me-meing in my own home. I mean, that's fair, but I don't think I'd be using that time to do that anyway. My sleep schedule has been better since I've been sick, to be honest. I've tried to be responsible about it, but I need more happening in my life. I don't know. I can't take boring. I don't like it. We do a little fire. Somebody should get healed, but we'll do a little fire.
Leave. Let Mother rest in peace.
I cannot imagine you existing in person. That is a weird concept, isn't that? Imagining some of you existing in person is also kind of a strange concept.
As expected.
Really, I just treat you like voices inside my head. Talking to me. I am not crazy. I know he switched those numbers. 1216, one after Magna Carta, as if I could ever forget. Get a little Night Kneeler from Dancer Sylvain.
That one is expected.
Do we want to move you that far? There are going to be some people approaching. I'm not gonna move him that far. He's gonna need a heal. Gonna get Seth ready for backup. I'm trying not to feed him though. Oh, now you're moving. Okay. Okay. Well, actually, look at that. That's pretty interesting. Although I would need to use the second stride to pull it off. Do I want to use my second stride to pull this off? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have a dancer. We got drawback.
Attention, all Dracia 776 gamers. I bring you an urgent announcement.
Voice in Lucky's head. Please stop trying to marry your relatives in Fire Emblem. It was one step sibling. Just one. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't do this. Pick him off with everybody else that's weak.
You've got to try.
That footage was pristine with the dude leading the charge. Let's go. Strength, speed. Close enough.
Let's all do our part.
It's totally normal, Stevie. Thank goodness. That's still not enough. I don't know, but that dude has to go. I'm gonna actually use flame.
My brother will be pleased.
Such a Stevie move, says Bright Sky. I guess that's fair. I could have Ash snipe and then dance. Let's see how this goes. Stevie about to meet the least interesting people of all time. That could certainly be true. But I don't know. I don't like having FOMO, and I feel like FOMO is cured for me by doing nightlife stuff.
This feels.
Getting involved, doing things. So that was one fix. I'm gonna give this to Ingrid, I think. Provided you could land it.
Can't give up yet.
Oh, I also forgot. There's some details of this story that I forgot to expand upon. But let me see if there's other things related to it. Oh, so you think you're gonna get the baddies? I see, says Chuck. Doing it for the uniform. Roy said, if I was a woman and saw security guard Stevie, I would immediately think I could walk all over this guy. I think that's probably because you know me parasocially, though. But yeah, I mean, that is a thing. I'm definitely not the meanest person, which doesn't help in that regard, but I don't think it's gonna matter. A lot of the other people that are there that are security guards are not like the exact grizzled type that you might assume would be working in such a role, and they're younger, so I don't know. It is what it is. But what's really hilarious about this job is that, yeah, they don't care about any of that stuff as long as you're like still paying attention. They even told me like, yeah, if you start like dancing with people, like that's cool, nobody cares, but like just make sure you get back to work or whatever. Like that's actually what they said to me. They also told me specifically, which I thought was really funny and interesting and not expected from like a normal job environment. Ugly women will throw themselves at you. That's literally what they said. And another Oh, I accidentally muted myself. How long was I muted?
It's bold in terms of jerking people around, but
That's amazing. How did I do that?
Don't let your kids watch. Okay, $19 Fortnite card. Who wants it? And yes, I'm giving it away. Remember, share, 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 and trolls don't get blocked.
10 minutes after ugly women. Okay, perfect. That's perfect. Never mind. Gotta retell his story now. Yeah, one guy said that to me. What I said after that was, do I think there's like 10-year-olds watching this right now? I mean, there's probably like one at least, but do I want to say this on? That's so hilarious. I accidentally muted myself. I really did not mean to do that on purpose. That's so funny. That must have teased you so badly as to what I said. I bet you could like barely contain yourselves. Anyway, what another guy said to me was, you will get pussy working this job. That's literally what he said, point blank, no cap. I was like, okay, that's an interesting thing to say. First day on the job. Interesting.
You fought well.
Didn't expect you to say that, but okay, interesting. How long have you been doing this? I've worked 3 nights so far. And the first night is when, thankfully, it coincided, because I have been sick, which is not good, right? But it coincided with a day that I was feeling better, so I thought I was in the upswing, so I thought it was fine.
In my Fire Emblem?
But I was not that fine, so that wasn't so good. But then I also worked 2 nights this past weekend, and I've been feeling a bit better, so that was good.
Thanks.
Been clubbing too much? No wonder you're still sick. Been clubbing too much. No. That's not why. I've been good, I swear. When people are drunk, they do one of 2 things. Do the hold my beer bro, or the hey, I don't like that, or do stupid things to get attention. Yeah, kinda. My parents managed to get me into a rich farm kid elementary school away from a downtown elementary school because they actually didn't have enough kids for that kindergarten class, so we lucked out. However, I had to make new friends in middle school because we moved to a different part of town. I feel that, Wildcat. I feel that. I fear with Stevie's new side gig, our streaming days are numbered. No, not necessarily. It should only be weekends, I think. And I think I'm only going to do that for this summer. Come fall time, I'm not sure that I want to still be doing that. We're in kind of a weird situation here with this. Well, he ain't moving. And that's not great. But it's also not awful. Maybe we'll Bogano and have somebody curve shot him to death. Okay, I see. Tristan. Chip was also on a 55 stream watch streak. Thank you, Chip. The one on the island, said Jonathan. Oh, God. Okay. What's up, Will? Hello, Choops. Also, I didn't see you. Didn't see you come in. Bride Lapis looks AI generated. Pretty gross. Is that real, Roy, or are you just trolling? You're my hero, Stevie? That's cute, Will. Thank you. Repo's a waste when you're a dancer. Take that off. I guess I see I see your point, but in my brain, I still feel like there's like a niche situation where that could be useful, but I mean, you're probably right. I just did the dancer thing though. It just happened, so that's why. Easy paralog so far? It is, but the problem being We have one flyer and Seth has a green unit. And I'm not sure that old boy Seth can pull off all this. I think these guys can be pulled and they'll run into the water. But I'm not sure about all of them, especially like on this island. I don't know. This is going to be really weird. I should have had Ingrid as a flyer. It's kind of bad. Also... do I have Dimitri curved shot them to death? I'm kind of bored of doing that already with him specifically. Could use rescue. Oh, let's use rescue. I'm gonna do it literally right there. What is your bouncer fit? All black. All black. But it's not like, I don't know, an actual like police outfit or anything like that. It's just like a normal clothes basically. Message was 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm a bit behind, Chuck. You just have too much of a baby face to be scary. That's probably fair. Probably fair. But even still, you'd be surprised how people react to the outfit. And when you tell, like, you know, people younger than you or drunk people to do things, like, they do them, basically, so... when you wear the outfit, you get a commanding presence, even still. Show us your serious bouncer face. I guess I would just try to have like resting like RBF. Like, that's not even that angry looking, is that? In my mind, that was way angrier looking than it actually was. I don't know. I'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It is our duty to
That's adorable.
Yeah. I'm fine.
What's up, Beyond Polygons? All right, I need to look into this, says Zero Koki. Unimpressed Stevie Bouncer face need to be an icon. Okay, interesting. Unimpressed. I think people would opt for a different title for that one, but that is interesting. Manuela gets down. Manuela hogs the karaoke all night. What's up, Breeze Lightning? Manuela, that one drunk friend you always know to take keys from. Manuela would drive drunk. Yeah, she's a mess. She would do that. I really, like, I want to train Catherine, kind of. I'm literally going to rescue Catherine closer. This is optimal gameplay. Oh, and you don't have... that shit curve shot. I need, like, plane out of the way. This has to be the worst possible way of doing things.
Thanks.
Warp them across the water with Lysithia, who we don't currently have. Oh, did I take your repo off? Oh, I ruined the strat. I ruined it. I thought he had repo too. Dang. Yeah, that's not good. I guess Dimitri's getting it. I tried. Can't wait for Lucky to get healthy and pick up more Brazilian streamer girls. I'd have to go back to Brazil for that. And also that one particular one was Argentina. She was Argentinian, okay? I went to 2 countries on that trip. Came here to brag about how I won the Fire Emblem Jeopardy at Anime North this past weekend. Pavis ran the PowerPoint. That's interesting. That's right, that one's like a local con for you, so that would make sense that you'd be back there. That's cool, my friend. Congrats. I thought about returning to Anime North or like something like that before, but I think it's probably just too tainted. I would love to do another con, but I find myself thinking like, okay, well then the group that I assemble to do another con or potentially panel or whatever. Well, first off, it would help if I made content again in the first place, right? How appealing would it be to look at somebody with like a half-dead channel essentially trying to do a panel? But also, I feel like I'd have to have weird stipulations for people like, hey, maybe don't assault people or flirt with fans or like... How do you say that to people and not make them uncomfortable and not want to go, right? But like, if I did it again, I wouldn't want a situation of what happened in the past. It's just, it's unfortunate. And even still, you might meet somebody and completely jive with them and then find out they're a monster later anyway. So it's like, it's just scary. I don't know. It's scary and it's sad. It's a crazy world out there. It's a crit world, am I right? Where's the music for the game? You should hear it. I muted it at one point, but it should be back. Andrew, what's up? Good to see you back. Hope you're doing all right. I'm feeling much better, thank you. I'm not perfect yet, but I am feeling much better. Also, you're not that scary, but how do I zoom out in this game? I always forget. Okay. You guys are overlapping, but you only have swords. Silver sword attack speed of 23 with attack of 32. Level 16s, he would survive. Get everybody else moving up. Why do you not have drawback or anything? Well, it's because you're a fresh newbie. Ingrid tanking magic shouldn't be bad. Speed 23. That's not that bad. But yeah, we're gonna lure them anywhere. If I equip the bow, he's gonna go up close. Can he even do that? He can't do that. Okay.
Much appreciated.
ABR, always be rallying people.
Thank you.
Fire Emblem's Miss Crabapple, yeah. She's unironically the wine aunt. Why didn't you just stay in Argentina and marry her? Leave your old life behind and raise a family there? I mean, the marrying and starting a family part was not what I was thinking, but there was genuinely a part of me that was like, I would not mind staying in Argentina. I kind of like that place a lot. It was very cool. I don't know if that like luster of a new place would like wane over time and disappear, and then I would regret uprooting my life or anything. I'm definitely not the kind of person to be making like super hasty decisions like that, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about other countries or something.
As expected.
It was an amazing trip. What happened in the past, Stevie? Asked Wildcat. I don't know how much I want to talk about the Anime North stuff, but we went with another creator and an incident happened. And the news of that incident didn't really come out until summer 2020, and there was a whole huge Fire Emblem community scandal in the summer of 2020 that kind of splintered everything apart. And to be honest, the community is still splintered even to this day. Like, it still has had very lasting effects even now. But I don't know, sometimes you just think
This is our chance.
it's exciting to meet someone, you have a great time with them, chemistry is great, and you just find out later that they're not good people. Which is, it can happen anywhere in life, but I don't know. After going through that once, I just don't know if I would want to do that with another con, potentially.
Over already?
True with most adult situations, you make a friend at work, hang out outside of work, and realize they are not who you thought they were. That is, yeah. That is certainly a thing. Catherine, is this a kill for you? Hell yeah. That's why I prefer video game characters. They will never betray or lie to me, and I have complete control over them. Yeah, the last part sounds kind of psycho, Roy, but the rest of that was nice. In a dorky kind of way. Shouldn't stop you from trying to do events, Lucky, or believing in your streaming friends. I guess, but I don't know. It sucks to me because I think what bothers me the most about it is Wild Widener. Thanks for the follow. What sucks to me the most is that weekend in 2019, the Anime North 2019 weekend, and my vlog that I was doing for it and everything, like, that was the most fun. That was the highlight of my 2019, for sure. And then for it to be so tainted afterwards, just really sucks. I wouldn't want that to happen again like that. And I could never finish that series now. I've debated a few times whether or not I want to make like a final video talking about the aftermath and everything, and getting closure, maybe showing some of the stuff I collected from some of the fans there. Like, you know, some people gave me some things while I was there, which is amazing and wonderful, but like, there's a lot I still wanted to do with that, and it's tough because I don't know. I don't know that I want to reopen that wound necessarily, but we'll see if I ever decide to. A scandal in my Fire Emblem? What's up, Emra? Being ghosted by those real-life friends you had hurts, but it's a blessing since they show who they really are, says Bright Sky. I don't know what you're referring to, like, specifically, but yeah, being ghosted sucks. Do I want to tell this story? How many stories do you want to tell tonight? What time is it? Okay, I have another story today of something that happened within the past 3 weeks. A tale of two dates. How about that? Again, also similar time frame. Like, I think what happened to me is that, like, I got a cold, And then I felt that I was on the upswing of the cold for like a couple days, and I thought it was going away and dissipating, and I was feeling much better. And then I got hit with like severe head congestion. So I don't know if it developed into a sinus infection or what, but I had weird spurts of like, I feel good again. Everything is okay. The birds are singing outside again. Like there is a point to life. It's great. And then it got worse again. But during some of those moments, I had some dates and things alongside my first expedition as a bouncer. So maybe I'll tell that story. Keep on rocking, keep on rolling, says Wild Widener. I've been dying for a con. I plan on going to Denver's cons in July, but I missed the sweet spot in flights, says Veronica. Yeah, that's the other thing too for me that I'm not great at is like, especially if I was to plan a panel, I would have to figure out the group of people and plan that way ahead, at least like 6 months in advance, probably a year in advance, to make sure like everything was set up properly and like figured out. Which I'm not great at doing. It's hard for me to predict like when I'll be free in the future or when a good time for something is. It's not my forte. I can't believe I'm feeding I'm literally feeding Catherine here right now.
I'll never back down.
I wouldn't mind doing a con again. Believe it or not, Anime North was the first con I've ever been to. I'd seen like videos of people at cons, like, you know, you get the general gist, but the actual con, the Anime North, like, you know, not to downplay Anime North or say that it's not good or anything, but like, I didn't really even care about the con while we were there. I cared about the panel and about the fans. That part was very important to me. But I think the most exciting, surprising part was just the getting to know everybody, like hotel room hangout part. And you see a lot of that in the Anime North vlog episodes that are up still. And there's still some great moments in there that are kind of the reason why I would hate to take all that stuff down. Even though there's still, you know, maybe some people in there that I don't want to associate with anymore. Am I just going at this? I should probably just go at this. Yeah, let's just go at this.
The goddess protects us. We will never yield to the light.
Good night, Hydri. Cons are a lot of fun. I'm stoked to go to Otakon this summer, says Zero Goki. I hope you have a great time. Let me in so I can talk about Fire Emblem 10 being the only good Fire Emblem. That has got to be that is an insanely hot take. Where is that even coming from? Is there a single person that would agree with that? I'm not sure. How is that real? Gonna drink a Sprite for a little nausea? So wish me luck on actually trying to get sleep. You drink Sprite for that? Why is that a thing?
Another step forward.
Goddess, have you abandoned us?
Yup. She's with me.
Good idea.
Is this a Q&A stream? No, I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot to switch the Twitch stream alert. All right. I know you're being a snarky smart ass, but I forgot. I remembered right after I went live and it was genuinely too late to fix it. So sorry.
Carefully.
If anything, tonight's more of a story time night than anything. Oh, you know what? Let's make a net tank some mages over here. We'll figure this out. This is going to be kind of annoying, baiting all these people, but it's going to happen. Let's do a little healing on you.
Thanks so much.
Sprite Zero, saltine crackers, and a barf bowl. Pepto-Bismol always did me pretty well. What's up, Lena? there was no point in this, but I'm doing it. Oh, I forgot you don't draw back. Oh, there was a point, and I screwed up. I keep doing that. My other Byleth had drawback. This is a nice chill map, though. I'm enjoying this. Me asking a genuine question / making genuine statements, Stevie immediately assuming it's sarcasm / snark / trolling. I mean, you've built up that reputation. Can you really blame me? But also, the way you phrase that question, I don't know. You know that the Q&A thing is not on screen, so. But you can still ask me things if you really want, Roy. It's like the boy who cried wolf. You showed a little too much snark in the past. Now I assume everything you do is snark. Sorry. That's your lot in life, I think. You know what? You need some EXP.
For greatness.
You're still on this map. It can't be that long. We're having it. I'm sorry. Did you see the title of this stream, Reen? Did you see the title of this stream? Hello? This is what you call, I'm not sure if you're used to this in your galaxy, but this is what you call a chill stream. No speed running happening here. No, siree. That's banned and outlawed. And low turn counting is for bandits and vagrants. The likes of which I hope the world will never see again. They are outlawed, they are on the run, and they are demented.
You saved me.
What happened here? Are you talking about you-know-who did you-know-what to her? This isn't so other creator who got canceled because he was a Republican or something. No, yeah, I'm talking about Mr. Eggman. And what would happen with Goosephone. That's what I was talking about. I don't know how much I want to dive into that. I know, so it seems like Wildcat doesn't know that story, and I'm sure some people watching may not know the whole story. I have discussed it on stream before. I don't know how much I want to go into it again here tonight, because it's a long, sad, complicated story. But it's kind of a story we're seeing a lot these days, really. People being exposed. But my role in that definitely upset some people. Specifically because... do I want to talk about this? I don't know if I want to talk about this. I guess I'll just say... What some of us did is we supported one victim that came out with the story. I had seen years worth of screenshots, so I was all in. And Goosephone beforehand had even expressed concerns to me about the person and their behavior. So I was on high alert at the con, but I didn't see everything that happened between them, obviously, because I wasn't, they weren't in the same room as me, you know, at night and whatnot, so... You know, I saw like a couple weird things here and there, but it wasn't like red alert mode.
Attention.
And it wasn't until after that I kind of learned what had actually really happened.
I bring you an urgent announcement.
But more allegations came out after we supported Goosephone with her allegations. But I didn't really fully believe or feel that the second set of allegations that came out against another creator were totally accurate. I felt they were exaggerated to a degree. But the problem is when you support one victim and then you come out against another victim, it kind of looks like you're like two-faced, right? Like you're not, it just doesn't look good. From an optics perspective, it's really bad. But it's the honest truth. I had seen years worth of evidence. I experienced stuff in real life for the first one, so I was in on that one for sure. But the second one, the person had tried to cancel them before. It didn't work. I considered the evidence, especially the first time around. I actually thought it was legit, and I was like, oh no. And I looked into everything the first time, but then I felt at the outset of that first situation, that person with making the accusations was not a reliable narrator and maybe had, you know, a bone to pick with that other creator, and maybe that's why they were doing it. Maybe they were a jilted ex-lover that was upset, and I can totally understand that, but trying to ruin someone's life and career for that is not exactly fair in my mind. So yeah. But I also think everybody kind of reacted sporadically and crazily at some point in time throughout all of those situations, just because it was the first time we ever dealt with anything like that online, and it's not a, you know, there's not a clear answer to a lot of those things. So mistakes were definitely made. I absolutely made mistakes. But it is what it is. I just think if I was to do a con again, I don't know, I would, I'd like to know that the group of people I'm going with are not going to turn out to be, and I'm not saying like everybody was, because they're not, but I would like to know that people that I potentially film and put on my channel are not awful people, because that sucks. I just wouldn't want to do that again. Not in that way. Why is Ingrid still a foot soldier? Do we think that she'd be better as a... She's not still a foot soldier. I dismounted her. I doubt that she'd be better as a cavalier going through the water on the horse. That's why. Most people drink lemony soda for nausea.
I had no choice.
Is that a thing? Why have I never heard of that before? I've heard of like Coca-Cola for like stomach aches and stuff, but like, I don't know. That's interesting. Wild Widener says, I regret buying Fire Emblem Engage. That's sad. That's no good. Why? What did you not like about it? The story?
I'm grateful.
Talked about it a lot during a Xenologue Q&A. Thank you, Veronica. Somebody can go back and look at it more there, yeah. For sure. I mean, I've also toyed with the idea of doing an actual full video on the channel talking about that to make it very clear, and then that way whenever somebody has questions about it, I can like have a specific video to direct them to. But me doing that would absolutely reopen some old wounds, and some innocent people might even end up getting attacked if I even so much as bring that up again, and that would be very not good and unfortunate. So it's a risky, sad, weird situation. 32 with a 22% crit chance. Do I risk it? Let's risk it. We got pulses.
I won't hold back.
My message got ignored.
This'll help keep me alive.
What message was it, Reed? We should all chip it on a boat and sail the high seas. Oh, sorry, I was talking about something. And I missed that. Chip it on a boat and sail the high seas. That sounds very scary and concerning. I don't know if I get seasick or not. I don't think so. But living on a boat is like a different story, I feel. I don't know how that would actually go.
Prepare to taste the power.
Gimbo Sliced had said, this is why I only comment on stuff like this when I know the people personally and know enough about the situation. Yeah, that's the other thing too, is I kind of jumped. Again, I don't want to dive too much into this, but I jumped to someone's defense the second time, and I don't really regret doing that because I still believe that the person, I believe in their innocence, but I shouldn't have opened my mouth in terms of that. I should have just let the people involved speak for themselves and deal with it. I just saw like it the whole cancellation thing being turned into a weapon used by people in the community. And there were even like 4chan trolls that were talking about like, oh, who should we cancel next? Like, you know, which Fire Emblem YouTuber sucks that we don't like or whatever, like to go after. And that's terrifying. When people start doing that type of shit, I mean, threatening to ruin someone's career over literally nothing is insane. I don't like that crit rate. I really don't. May have to risk it though. Focus? Yeah, sorry. Have you vetted Choops then? That's, I don't know, that's a really weird question. I've met him personally 3 times. The convention and 2 times since then, and I mean, I don't think the guy's an angel, but I also don't think he's what he was made out to be in that situation, so there's that. But you never know. You just never know. But I still stand by what I said in 2020 in regards to my support of him. Sword of Zoltan getting a kill here. Let's give it a shot, maybe. It's kind of fun. Don't crit. He tried it. I don't like. I didn't like Engage. It just isn't for everyone. I would love to hear the reasons why, though. I mean, I probably know them already, but in case you have a more nuanced take, be interesting to hear. Okay, he can't move very far. The mage guy can, though, and you should be okay to take a hit. Let's get you going. Get most people on land. Let's get you healed.
Thanks.
Sounds like a messy situation, and to be fair, being skeptical is wrong if there are legit reasons to believe someone has something to gain from the situation. Mistakes happen. At least you weren't one of the bad players, just a bystander that was forced to give an opinion on a situation, you had limited info and everything. I wasn't really forced in that case. That's the real issue, is that I kind of just stuck my neck out. And I probably shouldn't have commented at all. But see, that's the other thing too, is like Twitter, for me, is a platform for discourse. There's usually drama and arguments happening back and forth between people on Twitter, right? I hadn't really considered, like, if someone has a much smaller following than me, or if they're just an average person without a following, me responding to them directly can kind of be interpreted as like attacking, right? Or like silencing somebody. And that's not something I considered, because I was thinking like, oh, this is public discourse. Like, I just want to publicly say, you know, I think what you're doing is messed up, because I don't think you're being honest with your allegations, basically. And people didn't take that very well, because it kind of looks like you're a creator trying to silence somebody, I think, from a certain perspective, which I get. But also, like, what does that mean? Then you just, I guess what I should have done is not directly responded to them, but I didn't know that at the time. I wasn't really thinking that. And so it ended up badly that way, I would say. It's probably not the best idea. But sometimes you just don't know what you don't know until you make mistakes. Just the way life goes. Arcbird says, engage in 3 houses are hard to compare. They're very different in weight, different from certain angles. Yeah, that's true. I think that's the other, like, unfortunate thing about the 2 of them, is that a lot of people who are hyped and started with 3 houses might go on to then play Engage and be like, what is this? This is not like the one I just played and liked. So I think it kind of ran the risk of that. I think, unfortunately, because 3 houses was so different and then it was followed up by such a almost classic tropey Fire Emblem game because it had to be an anniversary entry, it did not set Engage up for the most success. Because, like I said, if you start with 3 houses and expect more 3 houses in a new Fire Emblem, especially Engage, you weren't getting that. Sorry. I think Engage had a lot working against it, unfortunately, and I don't think it really deserves a lot of the hate that it gets. But it is what it is. Taking this so slowly, but it's working. Engage, I didn't regret. I accepted what it is. Great gameplay with basic fantasy story and goofy cast of characters. I'm with you, Gabe. I actually did feel... Yeah, you said basic fantasy story. That's fair. That's fair. A lot of people say the story is really bad. I do have to be honest and say I liked some of the twists that they did, for sure. Like, actually, was genuinely surprised by some of the twists. They did things that I did not expect them to do. But yeah, it is very basic. And the cast is definitely not as well fleshed out as it is in 3 houses, for sure. So it's easy to understand why someone might be upset and not like it as much. Do I draw you back and then have you poison? Maybe?
Whatever you need.
Time is now.
Makes me sad that you're still carrying this bag. It is what it is. I mean, I think because I don't have a video kind of outlining everything, just ends up being thoughts in your mind, right? So you put it out there. But I don't really want to reignite stuff by doing that. So at the moment, I don't have plans to make such a video. Maybe someday.
Aw, this stinks. You make me feel safe.
I hate cancel culture with a fervent passion. People seem to have forgotten that there's a judicial system that has been developed for centuries and simply resort to mobs with pitchforks and torches. I think the other thing is cancel... It's tough, right? Because people trying to get their own justice, I think, sometimes is fair and maybe the only thing that you can do. And some people deserve to be called out, I think. But cancel culture also doesn't really work. Necessarily. Maybe in some cases it does, but I think in a lot of cases it does not work at all. So in that particular case, it did not work. People's association and parasocial relationships with creators, it's so powerful, they would overlook just about anything for certain creators. They could like murder people in cold blood and it just wouldn't matter. They would still love them so much and want to support them because that creator was there for them during a horrible time in their life, maybe, or something like that, helped them get through a situation, helps them relax on a daily basis with their content or whatever. So it's like, they're not going to stop watching and tuning in. They'll try to separate the art from the artist if they have to, but they'll continue to support. So it's really, it's rough.
You weren't ready.
Regarding not liking Engage, Three Houses was my first Fire Emblem. It's one of my favorite games ever. I played Shadows of Valentia and I also loved it. Engage was next, and I didn't like it. The story is definitely the main thing I didn't like, but more than that, it's just the characters. I couldn't care for any of them. I think that's understandable. They're definitely not the same. Not cut from the same cloth as those other two games, for sure. It's definitely way more campy and goofy. What do we want to do about this? You have another assembly? Could do that. And there's another one, though. And you're out now of your blaze. We still have another stride. We do. Well, that's happening. Same reason why I had a really hard time playing Fates, to the point I gave up finishing that game, though I do like Azura a lot. Yeah, you don't play Fates for the story, though. If you play, I would be willing to bet that maybe you didn't play Conquest first, because I think maybe the gameplay would have gripped you more. I don't know. I think Conquest is amazing. I'm actually like low-key a little... I'm glad that we got to play it together my first time through all the way on stream, but I'm a little sad that in 2016 I did not play Conquest first, because I think playing Birthright first really colored my expectations for the game, and it was not, and not in a good way at all. Because I really like Fates now, and specifically because of Conquest is why I have that opinion. Real talk, if a game puts me to sleep, it's an auto mediocre game. Looking at you, Three Houses, says Reed. I think that happens with every game when you're not as engaged. I've fallen asleep a lot playing Animal Crossing before. I still think it's a good game. But it's sometimes games can also be too chill.
I won't hold back.
Is there something I could do with this guy? Do you have a battalion? You do.
Behold our strategy.
Good night, Veronica. What's up, Liker? Do you plan on doing a follow-up on Fire Emblem on Game Boy Advance soon? Like a stream? Oh, another like Hector Hard Mode stream or something? I guess I hadn't really been in the mood more recently. After losing a bunch of times, it got a little depressing. Like eventually for sure, but it wasn't, I just wasn't feeling it lately before I got sick. Better dance off. There's something else I need to... Oh, am I supposed to... Was I supposed to visit the ruins with Sedith? Was that a thing? Was that a thing?
I'm on it.
Before I finish
Guide
this.
me well.
No? Somebody remind me. Is there something I'm missing on this map before I wrap it up? Jonathan says no. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Maybe I'm thinking about the cutscene after where they visit the grave.
Ready.
That definitely happens, but I just didn't know if
I'll give it my all.
you get the anything early. But it's Three Houses. What am I thinking?
We will help. I've got a plan.
Does anyone know the sales of Three Houses versus Engage? What are the sales during the release and now? It's definitely not as good.
Of course, brother. That is what I came here to do.
I don't know exact numbers.
Attention, all epic, lucky critting gamers. I bring you an urgent announcement.
You need to go to the top right with Leith and Stefan will appear. It's not exactly the top right, but yeah. It's like top, it's like 2 from the left and 1 down or something crazy like that. Yeah, that freaking Path of Radiance map. Nice. Did I miss the goddess icon in this map? I got the Keyhole Wyvern Company.
Your assistance is most appreciated. I can only hope that the Western Church will now see reason and abandon this place. But just to be safe, I have retrieved the holy artifacts. We cannot risk them falling into their hands.
I played Birthright. I knew it! I knew it. I knew it. Because if you played Conquest, you might have actually liked it. Not to say the story is good, because it's not. The story's infuriating in Conquest, but
I must confess,
the gameplay is so good.
Despite the situation, it was a pleasure to return here. This coast has a certain sentimental significance to my sister and me.
See what happens when you don't play shitty games? You have fun? What are you implying is shitty that I played? You would call this a shitty game, Choops. Unless you've changed your opinion for this week. There's no way you think this is actually... What are you saying to me? I know you don't hate this game, but I don't think you love this game either.
Yes. This stone monument is not merely here to commemorate Saint Keyhole. It is also the grave of my wife.
Yeah,
You're safe now, Mother. Finally, you may find...
Choops is on a weird MSX kick. I don't even know what that acronym means. I just know he's playing some old... He's ODing on the old school stuff right now, like Gradius, and he's absolutely... risking his life constantly. He's on a serious bender. He keeps buying like old TVs and stuff and weird things to hook up to them to just so he can like pixel peep and look at his weird scan lines better or something. It's wild. You need help. Seek help. Okay? I want to help you. Let me help you before it's too late. And I'm not playing any MSX games on my stream. I will not enable you. Engage is still the 4th highest in the series. Yeah, Fire Emblem is like more popular than ever, so I would imagine it didn't sell like awfully, but it did not definitely do anywhere near as good as Three Houses. Good night, Reed. Say Fire Emblem 4 is shitty, but you have to say it 3 times like Beetlejuice, then Chaz will see the light. Fire Emblem 4 is shitty. Fire Emblem 4 is shitty. Fire Emblem 4 is shitty. My camera didn't like that. Someone's gonna clip that and people are gonna think I'm serious about that. I'm gonna say I'm a bad Fire Emblem YouTuber. It's fine, let them say it.
Earned the right to know, but this must remain between us. Flame is actually my daughter. My late wife and her mother are the same person.
Plot twist.
And here I thought we had hidden it skillfully. There are many who would seek to harm Flame due to the unique blood she bears.
I find it odd that Fire Emblems either have great gameplay but terrible story, or great story but terrible gameplay. They never really hit the sweet spot. Certainly modern Fire Emblems. I don't know, there's some of them that I'm willing to accept having kind of a less... elaborate story, and I think it's fine, right? Path of Radiance, I don't have a problem with that game's story. I like Radiant Dawn's story. The gameplay of those games, I enjoyed at the time. Is it like as mechanically dense as something like Engage with all the rings? I guess not. But I guess I'd have to play through those again to really know my real modern opinion, because I have not played those in a long time. I'm sure Emmer would love for me to do that, but not right now. Yeah, that's a fair comment, I guess. But certain ones I think it's fine to have if they don't have like the greatest story ever. Some of them I accept more low-key story for, you know? It's just the other ones that tease you by making it seem epic, right? Like the Fates teaser trailer for the game, I've spoken on this many times, but that trailer in particular is so hype, the game could never live up to that. It just couldn't, no matter what. Especially not after they pared down the manga writer's story to a ridiculous degree and really mess with it. My favorite is Fire. Yeah, and Fire Emblem 7, I wouldn't say like has like an amazing story, but I think it's really good. Like, it's weird. It's not like groundbreaking in any way, but because it was personally the first one that I played, it's just like a fun adventure kind of deal. And I like the bad guy. I think Nurgle's great. I got a video that I'm working on about kind of specifically Nurgle related with Fire Emblem 7 that'll probably come out before the Fates video that I've been working on for a while as well. And I just really like the way they handled it. It's not, like I said, it's not groundbreaking, but I just like it. I just like it, so. I will never allow my husband to throw away my big Sony CRT TV. People who do retro gaming stuff like Choops make me feel like I should invest and buy a CRT before it's too late, and they're all like $1,000 or something and impossible to find because literally every last one of them has been smashed or broken or doesn't work anymore, or like you can't find them online. They've all been bought up by the retro gamers. Sometimes I feel that FOMO of like, I should probably have one, but like, what am I going to do with that? It's just a waste of space. I'm never going to touch it. Not right now. So the Fate story was nerfed. We don't know how much so, but yeah, they brought in an actual manga writer to write the Fate story, and he wrote a treatment. And then based on that treatment, they created the 3 storylines, but it kind of seems to me, unless he's not a very good manga writer, and I don't think that's the case, I think they really just kind of pared and cut down and really ruined whatever it was that he presented. So, yeah. Although, we owe certain characters to them that would not exist had it not been for their changes, right? I don't think Hinoka was a thing in the original treatment. So if you're a Hinoka fan, you're definitely... You ate pretty good then for 3 Houses, but yeah.
Falsifying her identity is necessary.
What's up, Pika? This was my first Fire Emblem game. Did you like Engage, though?
I happen to look quite young for my age. We make rather convincing siblings, do we not?
Mother loved the coast so much. She and I came here together.
Use the CRT TV to stream old Fire Emblem games? I just don't see the point. I'd rather have it look crisp and pristine. Joops is chasing some... Okay, I was about to crap talking, but the reality is I really like nostalgia bait as well. But for me, nostalgia is not playing on a CRT TV. I can live without that. I would rather have crisp, pristine nostalgia visuals. I don't need scan lines and weird stuff happening like that on it. Or however else you classify old school graphics. I didn't grow up with like NES or anything like that, so I think that's probably why for me. If I did, I might have a different opinion on that, but I'm not chasing that nostalgia high. I chase different nostalgia highs.
Dwell too much on the past, and you may be unable to move forward. Come then, let us return home.
He's chasing the ultimate vibe, though. Yeah, he does that well.
I shall bring
for sure.
Again for you next
but
time.
It's just funny because he's taking so many steps to basically make it worse, right? He could stream the game full HD quality, perfect looking, like better than you've ever seen it basically from his stream. Except he went out of his way to buy an old TV and then points the camera at the old TV so that you're basically like at a friend's house watching, which I guess from that perspective is maybe more warm and cuddly, and it is a vibe. It's definitely a vibe, but I just think it's funny because objectively it's like worse quality. It's just funny from that perspective. You've chased the perfect stream high to such a degree that you've now reduced your quality from like an objective, like pixel peeping perspective, right? Engage hit some nice notes for me with the tone. Definite Saturday morning cartoon vibes. Yeah, that's fair. There were some gut punches. Like, I loved losing the rings and stuff. I think there's things that I like about Engage story for sure. But I do like 3 Houses more. At least Engage trailers released, I realized what I was getting, not like Fates. Yeah, I did not like the Engage trailers very much. So that's true. It didn't exactly sell you on something you were not getting, right? Even the Engage like opening is way more like anime and wacky, I would say. certainly. Meeting with Rhea, maybe?
This is the only ball of the year, and I see why. Everyone is absurdly excited.
Your Highness, you sound so detached. We are all encouraged to enjoy the ball tomorrow.
Right you are. What a burden.
One thing that Fire Emblem never fails is the fantastic OST. Hell yeah.
It's your lucky day.
Agree with that wholeheartedly. Yeah, I actually genuinely struggle to pick which is my favorite Fire Emblem soundtrack. Fates is definitely either number 1 or number 2. Three Houses is in top 3 for sure. And I also really like Shadows of Valentia's soundtrack. But so many of them are so... Awakening is also up there. Those are like my top 4 for sure. But then there's something also really... I love like... Sacred Stones has this like dark, moody vibe to it that I love too. Oh, it's so good. They're all so good.
Huh. I never thought
Yeah.
we'd see eye to eye, but I agree. I'd rather be swinging my blade than wasting my time with some girl at a
Yeah,
bar.
Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn.
Felix, Your Highness.
They're all good.
You
They're all
must be
good.
joking, right? This is our chance
Guidance?
to all of the ladies
I mean,
in the
yeah.
Academy to our heart's content.
I like how... Yeah, this specifically like the chiptune element of Gaiden, I'm obsessed with as well. Yeah, I've used that. I use that in many of my Echoes videos in the background for sure, and I will definitely do it again. It's great. But hearing like the moody, like enhanced versions in Shadows of Valentia, I also really enjoyed like how they translated it. But there is also a definite soft spot for chiptune music in my heart, for sure.
You wish to throw away the
FE8
best
was
day
bad?
of the whole
I don't
year
agree with
for
that.
Sword practice? Insanity, I tell you.
I'm pretty excited about the ball myself. It's not like we get to do things like this very often.
Too true, Ash. In fact, I'm going to do you a favor and give you a crash course in chatting up girls. By tomorrow, you'll be an expert.
He's gonna become a bouncer too.
I'd much prefer if someone could just teach me how to dance.
Don't worry about the dancing part. I can teach you that easy. It's time for the ball. That warrants at least a tiny bit of makeup, don't you think, Ingrid? Just a smidge.
You notice the ball happens in Christmas. I did not,
I'll think
actually.
about it. It's settled. Tomorrow morning.
Oh, this
we'll
is the
meet up
12th
in
month.
Ingrid's
It
room.
is, yeah. That's true.
I can't wait.
That makes sense. In a very non real world religious way. That's a cute way of doing like a Christmas thing,
There's
kind
no
of.
telling where life will take us after we leave here. If only we could find a
Because it
way
is kind of a
to
big
come
time in
together
school. The holidays coming up, you know.
A
Holiday
fine
events.
notion, Your Highness. Perhaps 5 years from now?
5 years from now.
Hmm.
Ah, that's when Garreg Mach Monastery will be holding its Millennium Festival.
By then, we'll be addressing your highness as your majesty instead.
That's right. I suppose we all know it's coming, but by then you'll be far removed from us.
Come now, you know me better than that. My title may change, but I won't. And it won't just be me, you know. 5 years from now, you'll all have your own stuffy positions to contend with. But as I understand it, the festivities at the Millennium Festival will be of a scale far beyond anything we've yet seen.
Spoilers! I'm just kidding. It's true, isn't it? Yeah. We won't be doing that map tonight, though. Maybe I'll do some pre-prep for it and then call the stream there. But I don't want to stream for too long tonight. I want to get some sleep before work tomorrow. But that will be next time for sure.
In other words, the perfect excuse for all of us to return here.
Ooh, a reunion? That sounds fun.
Sylvain hates
I would
women?
miss it for the world.
I'd love for you to be there as well, Professor.
Not always.
After all, you're the heart of the Blue Lion House. Good. Then it's settled. Of course, if something happens and I'm not able to attend, I'm leaving all of the logistics of organizing this reunion to you, Professor.
And before you realize 5 years from now, Dimitri is sitting on the ground in a corner, hopeless, depressed, until Byleth walks in.
It's true. I'm sure being a king will keep you busy, but it's a bit early to be back.
Next time means June or July. Ha ha, very funny, Bright Sky.
Yes,
Well, actually, it's true.
I
It's
suppose
June.
You're right.
It's true. Next stream of this will be on June 3rd, next Monday.
I'm sorry. You have my
But
word.
very funny. Very
I
funny.
will return as well. Count on it.
Oh, it's so sad to see him like happy and peppy. It's fun to have Dimitri be like a slightly different character, you know, pre and post time skip. I enjoy that kind of switch up. I want these students. I want to use these guys in the battlefield. Look at all the generics. Who's that guy? Edelgard wants to marry that guy. Imagine Edelgard married a village boy. Like Crom. I guess it'd be scandalous if they picked like an actual character for them to really dance with. Because then people would say that that was their canon pair because they danced with them for this special ball. So they were probably smart making them dance with randos.
Okay.
Hey, yo, you're ruining me.
$19 lapis ludes. Who wants them?
Who
And
wants to buy
yes,
them?
They're not safe for work.
You were waiting
Remember,
for that, you sicko.
Taters, and chat. Great night rocks.
You saw a beautiful cutscene playing and you said, how can I ruin this moment? You almost skipped Claude. How dare you? Crom married Sumia. Maybe in your timeline he did.
Running away.
Genario and
You
Generica.
hardly had the time to breathe in there. It must be hard to be the favorite teacher at the law. Poor professor.
Do you think there's a Sothis point in here? Let's be honest.
Is that a joke? I find it hard to tell with you. Just think of all the students bugging you today.
Claude is the canon character you would come with? Because we dance with Claude?
Professor, what are you doing here?
Aren't you going to dance with Claude? That's cute. Should I say that one? That's more lore relevant, but does that do a minus Dimitri?
No, I should think not. As a child, Edelgard taught me how to dance. It was a bit awkward, honestly.
As a child?
I've told you before that we're siblings by marriage, haven't I? Her birth mother was my stepmother, although I didn't know that at the time. My stepmother
I fall in love with Claude in this scene, says Audrey.
just as though I were her own flesh and blood. And yet she never so much as
Lucky scared of
hinted that
picking
she had
Claude.
her own child, Edelgard.
I actually kind of wish I did see that dialogue to do that, but the Edelgard one is more relevant in this path, so that's why I picked that one.
We were born and raised in different territories, without ever knowing the other even existed. Yet, against all odds, for just over a year, we became childhood friends.
Lunar says $19 Josija voice acting lessons. And I don't know if you're referencing it directly, but I did on Instagram see that Josija has like a voice acting school, like a course for people to get into voice acting, which there's something so funny about that. I don't know why. It's like, I don't know. He's a really nice guy, but there's just something funny about that. I mean, to be fair, he knows what he's doing, so that's great. But I had like a genuine like Instagram, I don't know if it was actually an ad or just one of his posts that I had seen, but it was him advertising his online course, and I was just like, oh geez. I don't know. It was interesting. He does actually have a voice acting school at this point. That's what he's been up to.
Indeed. Unaware of each other's station.
I want to become a voice actress.
We met and became incredibly close.
It seems like fun to me, but I also, I don't know. I wouldn't want like if I did it and it took off and I was successful in it, that would be cool. But I think changing your voice is not that easy, right? There's a lot of people that don't have a lot of range to what they're able to do. They're amazing voice actors, but they kind of always sound the same, right? Like a Johnny Young Bosch, amazing voice. But I am currently, personally, of the opinion and at the point in my life where when I hear Johnny Young Bosch in a show, completely takes me out of it because I know exactly who that is. I recognize the voice completely. He's like, and not that he shouldn't get money, you know, or like jobs and gigs. I'm not saying that, but like he's kind of flooded the market too much, I guess. And it's hard not to hear the Johnny Young Bosch when there's a Johnny Young Bosch character in there, you know? There's some Fire Emblem folks that are quite like that as well, I think. So if I were to do it, I would hope that I would be someone that had a significant range where, you know, you could do a lot with it, have a lot of different kinds of characters.
This was when she and Lord Arundel were living in the kingdom.
That's why I never watched dubs, Japan voices only for me. Yeah, that's fair. It's understandable. I also think I've said it many times as well, but I personally believe that the kind of English voice acting community is very cliquey, right? They all kind of work together. It's all like the same people. You always see like the same handful of people in all the gigs. I know like Cup of Tea has done a lot of stuff for Fire Emblem lately, so a lot of the Three Houses voice actors and actresses have gone on to do a lot of other different characters and such, and I mean, good for them, again. But personally, sometimes I just think that there's a missed opportunity to grab some new and up and coming people and bring them up. And there's a lot of weird clicky stuff like that happen. Like the Dragon Ball Z one, a lot of the Dragon Ball Z voice actors were like really nasty with some of the drama that happened like years ago. The whole Vic Mignogna thing. And I'd have to look back into that because I don't know what my personal opinion was in terms of Vic Mignogna, but it draws a weird parallel to what happened with the Fire Emblem community. So there's a chance that he was an abuser, but I don't remember specifically the evidence, but it was a lot of like he said, she said stuff. And I didn't like that. And they all kind of ganged up on him and wanted to basically like delete him from the voice acting community. And maybe he deserved it. Maybe there's things that we don't know that happened behind the scenes that they just can't say or something. And so that's why they're all stalwart in like opposing him. But that left a really bad taste in my mouth seeing all that happen. Maybe he's a scumbag. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, that was a convoluted, complicated situation. And I didn't like how cliquey they all were. Even though similar things have happened in the Fire Emblem community, specifically with me and other people, like, you know, kind of ganging up on somebody we felt was guilty. So I want to be cognizant of the fact that there's a lot of parallels between the two stories, but I don't know. I just had a bad taste in my mouth about that one. Personally. He was a good guy. He never seemed like a bad guy to me, so I don't know. Zero Goki says he was a creeper. I mean, that's what the rumors were, and that's what people were trying to say, but I'm not sure that there was like ever actual like evidence that like proved it. I could just be misremembering though. That's acting lucky. Industry is all about clicks. I mean, yeah, but you'd think voice acting would be like slightly different or something. At least I would.
They were in exile.
But yeah, I guess it's still kind of that West Coast.
I ran into her visiting Lord Arundel's residence with my father. She seemed
type of deal, right?
Quite bored.
Community.
At first, I found her to be difficult and stubborn. But that facade quickly fell away, revealing her true self beneath. That's around the time when she taught me how to dance. Her instruction
Actors are actors, LA is LA.
Oh, let's call it strict, to put it nicely.
You're supposed to lead with your right.
Hell, the sun's going down. I really ought to be heading home.
So cool to see him like that.
That 1 year before she had to return to the Empire was so much fun. The time of my life in many ways. It's kind of pathetic to think about it all these years later. But can you guess what I gave her as a parting gift?
My dagger. Hey, yo. Did we actually guess it correctly? Yeah, might as well get the Dimitri point.
Good guess, Professor. But I swear it came from the heart. In Fargus, we've long considered blades as tools of destiny, as a way to cut a path to a better future. She was being dragged all over, unable to live the life she wanted. I thought the dagger could help her cut a path to the future she dreamed of. However, that was many years ago. I'm sure she's forgotten all about the boy I was back then.
The dude hung around with a squad of teen girls at cons because he voiced Edward in FMA. It's pretty well known. I mean, that would happen no matter what, but I guess what you're saying with hung around is like in the creepy way, right? Because those girls are going to show up to all of his signings and everything, right? Because they're going to watch Full Metal Alchemist and fall in love with it and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to make a call on that. I have no idea. I'm not looking to start a debate in the comments or whatnot. It just sucks in life when you don't have like definitive evidence of something, right? And maybe there is more definitive evidence that I'm just not remembering in that case, but I just remember it being a lot of like hearsay and he said, she said, and rumor and stuff like that, and like not actually receipts. There weren't like incriminating Vic Mignogna text messages to like underage women or something like that. I don't know.
I'm afraid it's far too late for that. Things are different now. She's different. I'm different. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit out of place here. Festivities like this don't suit me. Professor, will you join me for a bit? You must be getting a bit tired of the ball by now.
Yes, no, maybe. Professor. Audrey's favorites are Yuri Lowenthal, Wendy Lee, Veronica Taylor, Erica Lindbeck. Goodness, though. Have you seen Dimitri's Goddess Tower event yet? Maybe in clips from years ago, but no, it's not fresh in my mind, so this should be interesting. And Lucina's voice actress, I forgot her name. Yeah, who is hers?
FBI, open up!
Why did you call the FBI on me? The man's romancing his student, that's why. There was no evidence of that. Just an innocent conversation.
I'll not take counsel from a blue-haired fox.
TBC, what's up? Says Vic definitely was weird, but he is also earnest, IMO. Put it this way, he's too kind and got too comfortable with boundaries, often physical, because everyone had the same, so he crossed some people's. I think that's probably fair, right? And also, like, in the last 20 years, things have definitely changed in terms of, like, interacting with other people, so maybe he, like, was kind of boomery and, like, you know, did old school things that maybe people didn't appreciate anymore, and was like, yeah, he put his arm around me when we took the photo and it was like too much or something. Or I mean, it's gotten so complicated to the point where people do like hover hand when they take photos with people now, you know. The classic here, I'll show you with Pikachu. that okay? You all right with that? I hope so. Alexis Taylor. That's the voice actress I was thinking of. Thank you. I think. Or yeah, Laura Bailey. That was the name. Thank you. The OG. Hey, yo, I think Pikachu was uncomfortable with that. Might want to apologize.
It's quiet here, isn't it, Professor?
Sorry, bro. I should have asked.
That reminds me. Do you know the legend associated with the Goddess Tower? Is that right? You don't strike me as the sort to enjoy stories like that. They say that wishes made in this tower will come true. Wonder who came up with such a silly notion.
It's kind of weird going from like one Dimitri scene to the other, right? Because usually this was probably somebody else in a lot of cases, right? Like you'd have this scene with your house leader essentially, and then you'd go to the Goddess Tower with your like the person you are crushing on. But the fact that it's Dimitri twice is just kind of funny. It's kind of like he never left after the other scene.
Legends are legends, nothing more. I doubt there are many who really believe that wishes can be granted. The goddess
Should we take a
just
Marianne
watches
up
over us
there?
from above. That is all. No matter how hard someone begs to be saved, she would never so much as offer her hand. And even if she did, we lack the means to reach out and grasp it. That's how I feel about her.
Reach out and grasp it. What is that? That's a SpongeBob meme, but what's the first part of it? Something grasp it. Oh, this is gonna bother me. Firmly grasp it? To firmly grasp it? Yeah, it's firmly grasp it. Firmly grasp it.
In any case, I suppose there's no harm in passing the time with silly legends. What do you say, Professor?
Yeah,
Make a
thank you
wish.
guys.
We are here on the night of the
Patrick
ball.
with the jar. The lid, the lid, the lid, the lid, the lid, the lid.
A wish of my own. I suppose my wish is for a world in which no one would ever be unjustly taken from us. Or
Aw, that's kind of sad.
something along those lines. Thank you, Professor. Although, at a time like this, perhaps it would make more sense for me to wish that we'll be together forever. What do you think?
The Dimitri scene is unique to Blue Lions. There's not a Lord scene with Edelgard or Claude. Really? So it's just Violet talking to Sothis after that part? I could have sworn Edelgard came out when I talked to her. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Interesting. Riz him up.
Well now, Professor, you must admit I've improved in the art of joke-telling.
I heard Hackney the other day in Unicorn Overlord, and it gave me that effect immediately of, hey, that's Dimitri. Took me right out of the game. I hate that, yeah. Again, that's like Johnny Young Bosch. Greg Chun, to me, does that a lot these days. Is there another Fire Emblem one that does it? Sometimes Patrick Seitz, because he's been a lot of characters now, too.
I'm sorry. I guess that was rather thoughtless of me.
Wait, what did he joke about? Oh.
Perhaps it would make more sense for me to wish that we'll be together forever. What do you think? Honestly, I do regret saying such a thing. Please think nothing of it. I've blurted out irresponsible things like that to my classmates. Promises that we'll see each other again and the like. I have no business making such promises for the future. There are certain things that I must accomplish, even if it means risking my life. I may not even have a future to promise to someone. We should head back soon. It's rude of me to keep you all to myself. Shall we, Professor?
Put a 1 in chat if Dimitri rizzed that, if he's the Rizzler after that scene.
It seems that everyone is having a delightful time. Will you not dance some more? How dull of you. Had I a body of my own? Oh, I would sing and dance until I fell upon the ground. But you... do as you will.
Okay, the ones are slowly winning.
Oh, you're not the only one who feels that way. Look over there.
Miss Montermayhem is not impressed.
I'm bored beyond compare. Will you not follow her? Oh, come on, hurry up. I know that you are curious.
Is this
to
the
see
her
what
singing
she's up
scene?
to.
No.
I hear someone singing from over there.
Never mind.
Wow, this is really terrible.
How rude. She should sing a Kendrick song or a rap. Rhea diss track when? Rhea is the reason Manuela became a songstress.
This is so bad. I hate everything about this.
If I knew that bit of lore, I definitely forgot it. That's interesting.
That song. I feel that I have heard it in the past. Actually, it is not that I have.
Yeah, Jeremy Lee has a beautiful voice.
Did I once sing that song to someone? No. There's more. I wrote this song.
Hey, yo.
Oh, but how could that be so? If that were true, then how could she be singing it?
Unless. The green hair, it's all connected.
I am suddenly so exhausted. As are you, no doubt? Quickly then, to bed with you.
I loved all the like conspiracy theories this game opens you up to. It just like slowly envelops you in its world and starts unraveling the mysteries, you know? I really like how they paced some of that with Three Houses. I guess I'm specifically talking about like White Clouds, but White Clouds is just really well done, dude. Regardless of how potentially rushed you think like other components of the game are, White Clouds I think is just so good. Like the mission variety each month is like different and interesting. The characters are so good. Should we do any of these? Dimitri Catherine needs some help. These two could happen anytime. You and Shamir should probably happen. Is this in the greenhouse?
Shamir.
No.
It's you. What is it?
I have a message from His Highness. He will meet you in front of the library tomorrow evening.
Evening, library, front. Got it. Oh, one more thing.
10,000 supports. We're not doing 10,000 supports right now. The reason why they're adding up is because I don't watch through all of them at one point in time. Oh, but there was a really good one.
Anything
There
else?
was a good one that I was saving for on stream. What was it?
Good.
You get to the point. It makes you easy to deal with.
Likewise. No need to say what isn't worth saying, right?
Precisely. Few others seem
I think
to
I know which
so.
ones.
Agreed.
Go be the DLC on Maddening. What do you mean, Abyss mode?
That is all. Farewell.
Did I do Abyss mode in Maddening?
Farewell.
I can't even remember to tell you, to be honest. I definitely beat it on at least hard, but I might have beaten it on Maddening before. Flame Felix. No, I did that one. Okay. That one was a good one, but I did it off stream. Flame Sylvain. Is that one still available? Nope, I did that. Oh, damn it. Oh, maybe I was planning on just showing those. Yeah. I watched the 3 that I wanted to talk about, but that was like a month ago at this point, so I don't really remember. I just thought they were funny. That was probably important, but it's probably not that big of a deal if I did that one off stream. I'll probably do a couple more off stream. Maybe I'll even catch up on some of these, but sometimes there's like a really good one that I want to do on stream.
Attention, all Epic QT 3.14 gamers. I bring you an urgent announcement.
My lord, please skip most of these supports and get the bonuses from the higher supports. The game has been out for long enough. It's fair. I don't know. It's just that sometimes when I play in my free time and I do go through them, I find like the funniest little things, and I really wish that had happened on stream instead. Like those 3 I just referenced. But I did actually still do them, so to my credit, I kind of did that. I'll do this later, though. Most of those, unless I find something of value. But with that said, I'm going to do something that I never do here tonight. Oh, I meant to tell a story that I didn't tell. I absolutely teased a story before that I never told, and the one person out there that actually remembers that I said that might be upset if I end the stream before I tell that story. So, should I tell a story? What do you guys think? Pull up a YouTube video for them. Tell it. Tale of Two Dates? Yeah, that's what it was. Alright. Second map on this stream? Oh, Chuck is thinking that the thing I've never done is the second map on this stream. No! No, that's not it. That's not it. I've done 2 maps on one stream before, alright? Maybe not lately, but I have done that. Alright, I'll tell the story. We'll wrap up to that, but I would like a better, more interesting background happening, and that's not happening here, is that? So people should take some certifications as well, I'm sure. Whatever. I don't have a better background currently. Or do I? Did I replace? Yeah, I think I replaced that one. Certifications show characters. They do, but like one at a time. Then I have to pick who we're looking at. Tale of Two Pigtails, A Tale of Two Dates. I wish she had a more judgmental look on her face. It would make this funnier. Like a full cam scene. I do have a full cam scene, actually. Hold on. There we go. All right.
Kill every last one of them.
Okay. Eye patch story mode time. Fine.
In the name of the goddess, stand before her.
All right. You could do that. How much do I divulge with this story? I always have to be careful with details. All right, A Tale of Two Dates. This happened recently. The first date occurred when I felt fine. Oh, it was before my New York trip was the first date. So, went on a date with a girl that I met from a dating app.
This is so
we had
bad.
spoken on the
I
phone.
hate everything about this.
I didn't even say anything yet. We had spoken on the phone and had a pretty good little conversation. So we met out. Date went pretty well. She was definitely, I guess, not my usual type, but she was beautiful, and I had a good time talking to her. She was very smart. She was very detail-oriented, kind of nerdy about certain details, I think because of what her career was, which is always interesting to find out. I have this theory that like everybody in life is a nerd about something, and if you don't think that they are a nerd, you just haven't figured out what it is they're nerdy about yet, right? Because most people are pretty darn nerdy about their talents and their hobbies and stuff like that. But anyway, long story short, we went out to this. I actually tuned into a Choop stream at the end of this night, and for a first date, we had some drinks, and we had gotten food and we had some drinks, but we went kind of like mini bar hopping a little bit in an area near me. And I don't usually drink that much on a first date, but this, for whatever reason, that was just kind of how the evening was elapsing and going, and it's what happened. And it was a fun time. And then it was kind of raining on the way back as I walked her back to her car, and we had this beautiful storytime TV moment of like kissing and making out in the rain. And then she went home, and that was the end of the night. And it was nice. I wouldn't say it was like the greatest date I've ever been on, 10 out of 10 hands down, but it was nice, and I definitely wanted to see her again. And she ended up texting me that it was the best.
Attention, all epic, cutie pie sexy gamers. I bring you an urgent announcement.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Squirrels in his ceiling ruined the moment? What does that even mean? That story sucked. It's not over yet. Okay, hold on. I'm skipping through most of this part because it's not that important. Anyway, I get a text from the girl when she gets home that it was the best first date that she had ever been on, which is insanely flattering, right? That's like the ultimate compliment. That is like how it couldn't have been any better than that, basically, is how that went and what that means, right? And in my heart, it's kind of like when someone says like, I love you, and you're not really feeling it yet. Like, it definitely was a great date. I agreed on that, but it wasn't the best first date that I've ever had in my life. No. So I didn't quite say it back, but I did say like, yeah, it certainly was a pretty amazing first date, something like that, blah, blah, blah. So I was flattered. It was very nice of her. And then I went away to New York the next weekend, so we weren't able to do like a second date follow-up for a while. So 2 weeks later, we finally have a follow-up date. I had been feeling pretty good, but I wasn't feeling 100%. So this is now after I've gotten sick, and it's near the end of the first week of being sick, and the symptoms actually hit me on like Wednesday and Thursday. But at this point, it was now Friday, and I was like feeling like well enough to like not cancel the date. And I probably should have canceled the date, but I wanted something interesting to happen. I wasn't feeling that bad. Like, it was pretty good. And I felt pretty confidently that like I wasn't contagious anymore because my symptoms were dissipating. So, but this is before it turned into a sinus infection or whatever it became after. So I go on the second date. This time the girl picked a location closer to her. And with the way that my state works, it happens to be further out in the woods, basically, where there's a little bit less happening in terms of like civilization, right? And I was not prepared for just how rural this was going to be. So we went to a nice brewing company, and we had a decent dinner, but already like I was struggling just from the get-go to get through this meal. I made a stupid decision to order a jambalaya for dinner because I was like, oh, that's like really nice. And if they have like a jambalaya on this random brewing company's dinner menu, like it must be like a chef's specialty or something, because it was like a weird pick for them to have. So I was like, let's do that. And then I realized when I ordered it, I was like, oh, dude, you're an idiot. Like your nose is already still kind of weird, and then you're gonna get like a spicy jambalaya to eat for dinner on a date, and like your nose is gonna be runny. Like I realized a little too late that that was kind of bad, and it was just a total misfire in every single way. But so we start, you know, we have dinner. We decide after that we're gonna go do bowling. I had kind of looked around because I wanted some ideas of other things to maybe do, and there honestly just was not a lot over there, which I hate. It's always nice to have multiple options of other fun stuff to go and do. But we decided to go bowling. She picked out the place. I didn't really know anything about it. I just thought it was a normal bowling alley. So we go to this bowling alley, and I swear to God, that place, it was as if someone unearthed an ancient tomb that had not been disturbed since the faraway year of 1970. That place was like a time capsule. It was so old in there. They didn't even have like monitors. They didn't even have automatic lanes. Also, it wasn't normal bowling. It turned out to be duckpin bowling, which I didn't know what that really was until I did it. Duckpin bowling is where instead of like the massive bowling ball, the ball is small, the pins are smaller, and you just basically throw the ball down the bowling alley lane. Okay, fine. You know, I'm a little out of my element now. I wasn't really expecting any of this. It's a little strange. They literally handed us a sheet in which to keep tally of our score, which I was also like, huh? We go to sit down at our little lane area, right? And instead of like any kind of monitor or any kind of like actual technology, instead what I'm presented with is a literal projector, the likes of which I have not seen since grade school, where the intention is that your piece of paper with your writing gets projected up onto like a blank canvas above the lane. Not a screen, not even like a funny like 1990s little bowling animation where like the pins get hit and they have faces on them and they're like excited and happy and jumping around and stuff. No, none of that. No screen, nothing. Also, the lanes don't reset themselves. You got to press a weird button. So I'm just like, okay, this is weird. I wasn't expecting this, but I'm still in it. I'm trying to make this a good date. I'm trying to have fun. I tried to like be playful about it and tried to like make a bet with her about who was going to win and stuff, and that didn't really go anywhere. We play bowling for like one game, and at this point the place closes at like 10. It's probably like 9:45 now, and the guy said that they don't close till about 10:15ish because we had asked them when we first started because we didn't want to like make them late. But now the girl at this point is getting kind of antsy, like she doesn't want to make them stay too long. So we only played one game, which I thought was very kind of like disappointing. Like we came all the way out here, we're just gonna play one little game in like 20 minutes and then leave. Like it's just weird. So we go up to the counter to like hand back our shoes and everything. And now the two older guys, the older gentlemen at the counter, we're now the last people in the entire place. And I guess for whatever reason, they didn't want to lock up immediately. They were in the mood to do some conversating. So now we're standing there as these two older gentlemen explain their life stories and how do I not be really mean to like small towns? I just got such a blue collar small town vibe from it, and it was not in a way that I liked, I guess. Like there's nothing wrong with blue collar or small towns, but it's not my vibe, and I was not about it. So the guy starts telling a story, right, about how, yeah, so he had never went to college before. He just, you know, got into some field and worked for like 26 years for some employer. But unfortunately, in the past couple years, he had gotten laid off. And so then he decided, hey, I'm going to go back to college, you know, in my 50s, late 50s, 60s, whatever he was. And then he starts telling us this story, and it was actually kind of an interesting story, but it was just a little too like depressing for me. Basically, the story was that he ended up back in college, going to college with his own son because of the weird time gap of him deciding to go back to college. And he ended up in a class with his own kid in college. And it was just like, oh. Then it turned out that my date actually knew this guy's children because it's a small world out here in the forests, in the backwoods of my state. And it was just like, oh God, like, get me out of here, please. Everybody knows everybody. They all go to the same schools. You can't escape. There's nothing to do out here. It was just not my vibe at all. So we leave that place, and then we decide to go to a bar, another bar. She tells me that it's one that, like, you know, most of the college kids go to. It's one that she used to go to when she was in college or whatnot. We go in there. Immediately, she's like, yeah, I know, like, a lot of people that are in here. And so she seemed kind of uncomfortable because it was like she didn't really want to, you know, one of the weird situations when you're out and about and you're seeing people that you didn't really want to see, I guess. And now I'm like, well, this is kind of weird for me too, but, you know, we continue trying to make the best of it, I guess, as much as possible. And long story short, you know, I walked her back to her car. That, you know, the night ended. I drove home thinking, man, that date sucked. I tried. First off, it was her idea to have the date out there. So not that, like, it's bad to give somebody else the control of figuring out what you do. In fact, it's refreshing to do that, I think. But I don't take the full blame because I didn't really plan that date. So it's like there was a lot of elements there that I didn't really have a huge say in, right? So I don't bear the entire brunt of the responsibility of that date sucking so badly. But also, I was definitely not on my A game because I wasn't feeling 100%. Bad choices and decisions were made, like getting the jambalaya and stuff, and it was just a train wreck on every level. But basically, so from a first date of a girl saying that was the best first date I've ever had, and then like texting you daily, like clearly pretty excited about this second date, then went to what happened on this evening, which turned into a final text of "I'm home!" exclamation point. So the first night, what you get is that was the best first date I've ever had. The second date, "I'm home." Great sign. That's a great sign. I knew that wasn't good. I decided, you know, maybe that was just a fluke. Maybe, if, you know, if I tried one more time, especially if I planned it this time, maybe things could be better again. Maybe we won't go in the middle of bumfuck nowhere for the next date. And we'll pick a place that has actual fun activities and stuff and whatnot, and maybe we'll do something more interesting or whatever. Maybe it'll work better.
You're making a mess.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
You are done.
Yeah. That's the truth. That's the truth. So I reached out. No response. I mean, that's life, but I just think the insane polarity of that. To go from that was the best first date I've ever had to ghosting after the second date is insane to me. It was bad, but I didn't think it was that bad. Bowling seemed cool. I didn't think it was that cool. It was just like ancient. And there's a bar, or there's a bowling alley near me that has like the normal stuff in it and also a bar in it, which is kind of cool. So like, we could have done that one instead. Maybe I should have been more appreciative of in that moment, but it was hard. It was rough. I didn't like being out there. I don't like being out in the woods where there's nothing happening and nothing going on. And you don't know if the nearest CVS is 5 minutes away or 30 minutes away, basically. And you might die because of that. Stevie is not a Cheers TV sitcom kind of guy, where everybody knows your name is a horror movie for him. I don't know. There's just something so depressing about small towns where literally everybody knows everybody and they all still stay there and nobody escapes. It's just a little too like incestuous or something for me. I don't know what it is, but there's things about that just depress me. It's like, knowing other people, knowing the people around you is not bad. I don't want to equate that exactly, but there's like this small town vibe where it's like everyone literally knows everybody. People are regulars, and life is just so basic and simple, and there's no like spice and variety. It's just, that scares me. That really scares me. I need like exciting things to do, different things to do. I can't have the only bowling alley be a 1970s bowling alley that's literally never been updated and no one's put any money into it, and boomer guys try to have a full-on conversation and tell you their life story when you're just trying to leave the bowling alley. And maybe I'm an asshole, I don't know, but I'm trying to illustrate that like I didn't like the vibe. It wasn't my vibe. Dude, you should totally go on another date with her. I tried. She never responded, never messaged me back, so that is the end of that. A tale of two dates, people. Sorry, that's an L on your part? I mean, it is, but... yeah. Sorry, I'm blind in one eye. I'm trying to read chat. How snooty are you? I guess I just am way more comfortable in... a town that's like closer to an actual like city, or like, I don't know. I even complain about the area that I'm in, that there's not that much to do around. Like, I wish there was more to do. Maybe I've been spoiled by really big cities and stuff in the past, or places that I've traveled to, but I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. You 100% are the asshole? Maybe so. Think the girl was super embarrassed by the whole date? I mean, maybe, but you'd think that if she still had an amazing time the first night, but was just embarrassed by her side of things on the date, that then when I reached out, she'd be like, oh, he doesn't hate me. Like, it wasn't that bad. And then it would have continued. So I think clearly, like, I did wrong things too, obviously. Things that I guess turned her off or something. Personally, I like small towns. In them, you really feel the connection within the community. That's fair. That's fair. There's just something about really old buildings and stuff that I'm not exactly sure how to put my finger on it and explain it. Good night, Kai. This is what prompted the bouncer gig, to meet more people. No, the bouncer gig was an inkling in my eye since last summer, when I first noticed the potential of what that kind of a gig could maybe lead to. More excitement. Maybe she felt you didn't like small town things and she did. That's true. Well, that's probably true. I don't know for sure, but I did make a few comments of like, I'd like to think I didn't completely shit on that whole area, but there were definitely some comments I made, like illustrating how like a fish out of water I was in that region. And I did think about it, and I was like, you know, if I was to date somebody like that long term, would I really want to be driving out to the wilderness to go see them? Like, not really. I don't know. That's tough. You ever gotten in a car and you have to drive somewhere, but you like every mile that you're going, you just feel like you're getting further away from where you need to be? It's kind of like that. It's not where I want it to be. I wouldn't want my future over there like that. Like I could never live in a town like that, I think. I don't know. She never replied. It's hard to say what she thought. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's true, yeah. I mean, she also could have just been like less of a decent person than I thought. I mean, people ghost all the time online. I've even ghosted people before in the past. I don't like to do it because I think it's kind of a shitty thing to do. I think you should at least be honest and be like, hey, I wasn't feeling it. Sorry, good luck. At the very least, like have the guts to say that to somebody. And that's kind of like where I stand now. So I don't want to like completely poop on her either, but like there is a chance that maybe she wasn't the best person. And that's why she ghosted after. So I don't know. You never know. You don't really know somebody when you first meet them. And that's kind of what the scary and dangerous thing about like falling for someone is as well, is like not even like 90 days in, a couple months in, you still don't really know the person. You might really like them. You might like the person you think that they are, but do you actually really know who they are yet? Not really. Not really. If you aren't used to small towns, it makes sense you'd feel weird. That stated, don't do dates in older buildings if you get that weirded out. I don't know if I was weirded out. I guess I was just being picky and spoiled or something. But and it's not like I threw a tantrum. Like I still made the best of it. I tried to bowl with her and do my best.
Sit upon the throne.
It was just a weird
no
vibe.
Doubt you
It was just a vibe I was not liking.
From the goddess.
I tried, but I couldn't make it work, I guess. Whatever chemistry was there the first time around was certainly not quite there that time. Sounds like she wanted more. I mean, maybe. But I also like sat next to her like in the booth at the last bar at one point in time, and she looked like she had kind of her arms crossed, which made her look kind of uncomfortable. So I was like, oh, like maybe she was already like over it at that point in time. I don't know, but the signs were not there that she wanted more from me. So how would you feel if someone hated where you came from, Lucky? I would like to think that I'd kind of understand it, because I don't exactly love everywhere that I'm from either. You know, I can see the good and the bad. Everything is too duality for me in life, I guess. You should enjoy all things, because you never know when you'll not be able to enjoy any of it again. That's true. That's true. It's good advice. But sometimes in the moment, it's really hard. You try really hard and you're just not having a good time, you know? Sometimes you go out and it doesn't even matter what you're doing. The vibe is just so good. And sometimes you go out and you try your best and it just sucks. That's just how things go. You think the first date was all the drinks talking? No, because we actually drink a lot, especially at the last place on the second date as well. And again, that's also not something I usually like to do on dates, but I just don't know. Exactly. Oh, one thing I did realize that might have contributed is I did update my bio on the dating app, like the weekend after that date, like the next day, I think I updated my bio on the dating app that I had met her on. So part of me wondered if she went and saw that and felt like, oh, maybe he feels like he didn't meet the right person yet, and then she was out at that point. Like, that's totally possible, but there's no way to know. So maybe she hated Fire Emblem. I did not talk about Fire Emblem once. Maybe I mentioned the name, but I usually don't talk about Fire Emblem on dates. You totally got her sick. I don't know. I don't know about that. It's possible, I guess, but like, it's 100% not completely on you. It mostly is. She clearly had super high expectations for what the second date was going to be and couldn't meet that again. Yeah, maybe like having the first date be so perfect put so much pressure on the second one. But she changed all the variables. She decided where it was going to be and stuff like that. So it's like, how can I replicate the same magic again without all the same pieces, right? So it's a scary, challenging thing. Wouldn't it be a cruel twist of fate if she is still waiting to reply but is completely bedridden? I guess that's possible, but even on my worst days, like, I still was able to text people back. Like, you might not be able to text somebody for like a day, maybe at worst, right? But then you get back to them eventually, or you call and you're like, hey, I'm sick, sorry, I'm not feeling good, and you at least do that and get it over with. Maybe you didn't talk about Fire Emblem enough, is Nor. Maybe. You passed the sick, bro. I might have, but when I first scheduled the date with her, I was feeling pretty well. Like, I felt like I was on the upswing, it was over with, and I should have probably canceled the date that day, but I hate doing last minute cancellations on people. Maybe she would have been fine with it. Maybe we would have went on a different day and had a much better time, but considering I was still like sick a week after that, I don't know what would have happened instead. I'm not sure, but it is what it is. Why not try asking out a gay guy and see what that's like? Maybe you'll get some new dating ideas. Sometimes I wish I was gay because I feel like it'd be easier. But no, sorry, I'm completely straight. That doesn't appeal to me. You never showed her the big Pikachu or Dimitri's body pillow? It's true, she never saw those things, so... Don't feel bad about it, you live and learn. Yeah, I don't really feel bad about it. I think there's certain things that I regret, like I probably should have canceled it. I hope I didn't get her sick. I think she deserved 100% from me and not 80 or whatever I was kind of feeling going into it or whatnot. But I also think there's a lot of elements that were out of my control. I just wanted to share it because I thought it was kind of a funny story to go from like 100 to 0, basically. So I hope that was entertaining. But it's all right. It wasn't meant to be. That wasn't my future wife. It's fine. It's okay. Fun story time. Thank you, Gabe. Tristan, you scare the F out of me. That dad and son college story sounds like the plot for an extremely goofy movie. That does kind of sound like that, doesn't it? Except it wasn't very entertaining to me. I recognize that it was kind of a funny, silly story, but I don't know. At the risk of sounding more like an asshole, I won't go further into that, but there was just something it had like a depressing vibe to it of like, imagine going to school with your dad. I just don't think that'd be a feel-good moment. It might be funny when everybody makes fun of you in class, I guess, but like he talked about how the teacher went around and said like, you know, Mr. So-and-so, and then Mr. So-and-so, and then everybody like kind of looked and like, oh, same last name, like looked between them, and he explained it well, but I just don't think that's very Kino. I think it's awesome you're going back for better education. Who the hell cares? It's not about that. I just think if you put yourself in the kids' shoes, imagine like you're in college. Let's say there's even a cute girl in your class, right? That like you want to get to know. And then your dad is in your class with you. Like that's gotta be weird. Come on. That has to be weird. Don't give me the fact that that's not weird. It's gotta be weird. I don't believe you if you don't think that's not weird. I was luckier in dating than most. Wish you the best. Thank you, Wildcat. Someday you'll need this, right?
I will not take counsel from a blue-haired fuck, thank you.
Thank you, Bright Sky. At least you can again, lucky to give a girl best date ever. That was a very odd sentence, Gabe, but I think I understand the meaning behind it. I mean, maybe. I haven't been paying attention, but all I have to say is be thankful you aren't gay because dating could always be worse. That's true. I just think like I'm simplifying it too much in my mind, right? Because every relationship, no matter whether it's like, you know, gay, lesbian, straight, whatever, I feel like every relationship has a polarity to it where like the way that it works is like one person tends to be more masculine and one person tends to be more feminine in terms of like their energy. That seems to be the balance, at least in my life experience, that I've kind of taken from everything that I've learned. But my bare bones generic thought is like, if I was gay, imagine like you fight, but then you like game together or something and you're just like, bro, sorry. And then it's over. And then you like, and then you like high five and you get dinner or something. And it's, I just think guys are so much simpler in a lot of ways. Not necessarily always a good thing, mind you, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like maybe. But again, because there's the polarity there, like one person would probably be like the more feminine sub role, right? But I'm very much oversimplifying how it would probably actually be like to date a guy. It's probably way off. I just sometimes, from a very simple perspective, think about that. And it's like, imagine just like Yeah. As a lesbian, it's rough out here. Help me. I'm sorry, Elvia. Yeah, I don't... How would I give you advice? I don't know. Hmm. Getting hit on by gay guys is a way to boost your confidence? Sure, I guess, but I wouldn't want to lead somebody on. Oh, I wasn't asking for advice. You said help me. You said help me, which I took the wrong way, I guess. Just airing it out. I mean, Niles does seem like he'd be the man in the relationship, says Vopop. He does, doesn't he? Yeah. Niles and Corin. Corin's definitely the bottom. I'll give you that. My dad was a high school teacher when I went, so he razzed a bunch of guys that liked me and didn't realize he was my dad as they described what assets they liked about me. Oh my god, Wildcat. To your dad? That sounds cringe for him. I really feel for dads and daughters. I really do. I would never want to be the overprotective dad, but I also like knowing teenage idiot douchebags that would want to date your daughter. I would probably want to beat them up. Getting hit on by anybody is a confidence boost. It is. Yeah. It is. And you know what's so sad is, like, as a guy, I've heard this described before, so I hope I explain it well enough, but I feel like guys in general don't get a lot of compliments. So when someone like genuinely actually compliments you, like, guys remember that. They do, because it's like they'll hold on to that for like years. Someone one time, someone's aunt will say like they're handsome or something, like another person's aunt, hopefully not your own family. Your family should say that to you, but I'm saying like it means more coming from like a stranger, right? So someone's aunt or some random older woman like at a restaurant or something will come up to you and be like, "You're so handsome, blah, blah, blah." A guy will hold on to that for like years after. Because they just don't get hit on as much. It's not the same for guys. Dating sucks. When's the next RPG dating aspect drop? I think online dating is definitely getting far worse. I've talked about this a little bit before too, but ever since they kind of figured out how to monetize all the dating apps, like this is my third time around using dating apps. The previous 2 times I ended up in a long-term relationship, and they were definitely way better and way, what's the word? They were more efficient and worthwhile in the past. I think they've made them worse actively, especially like algorithmically now, because they've realized how to monetize it. And so they made it so that like, if you want to actually perform well on there, odds are you're probably going to have to spit up some money and pay them. It's basically a new gacha. I treat Hinge and dating apps like a daily gacha game. You got to log in, do your dailies. Hopefully you don't spend too much money on them, but you might have to actually be able to get some success or have anything happening. They're bad now, yeah. So I definitely feel like I'm much more interested in real life stuff at this point. Yeah. Zero Goki says, absolutely. I've held on to the fact someone thought I looked 10 years younger than I actually am for years now. See? It's just true. And you know what? You keep holding on to that. That's a great compliment. I remember Arkbird says, I remember the one time in middle school, a girl complimented me about my smell after I used Irish Spring for the first time, and I'm taking it to the grave.
W-Riz.
My dad thought it was hilarious as Wildcat. He would egg them on. Oh my God. Your dad sounds like a troll, Wildcat. That's kind of funny though. Try dating men through Tinder. Bad idea, but using Tinder in general is bad. Yeah, Tinder, most people use Tinder as a joke at this point. RIP 3 houses. Yeah, I was gonna end the stream. I just wanted to tell that story first. But people seem to be having fun chatting about it, so. Personally, I dread the day I have a daughter. I don't want to be an overprotective father, but I know myself and I know that I would be the same or even worse than Sedith in that aspect. I think it's rough, yeah. I think even if you think you would never do that, you'd probably end up being a hypocrite at some point in time. I miss the simple time, says Lena, where my mom nearly called the police on my dad and later wrote a love letter to him. What? Interesting. Interesting. Guess the only thing I have going for me is that I look 8 to 10 years younger than I am when I shave, says Tristan. Change the Pogger's face to the face you made just a bit ago. Was it better? Oh, the face when you said I should date a gay guy. Boomers are weird. See, I tried to illustrate boomers are kind of weird, and you called me an asshole. You're an asshole too. Anyway, with that wow, I can't even speak. With that said, we're gonna wrap up this stream for today. Let me switch back to the normal view though. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I will see you on Wednesday. I'm thinking about maybe doing some Fire Emblem Heroes on Wednesday because there is a new bridal lapis in Heroes, and I think it might be interesting to pull for her. And I haven't done Heroes in a while, like a long while. And I do have like some interesting inheritance that maybe I can make decisions on Wednesday. Like I think I have an Arcane Defiler or Devourer. Is that what it's called? From Risen King Crom and stuff like that to give out, which might be kind of fun. So I'm debating it. I know some people probably want Unicorn Overlord to come back and some other things, so I'll think about it, but we'll have to see. Thank you guys so much. Whoa, a normal time. I mean, this is still later than there was a point tonight where I could have ended the stream at 12:30. Keep that in mind. But we had a good time with that story, so. Oh, sorry, Zero Goku, you got timed out for the spam. I gotta fix that. I'm sorry about that. I gotta change the way that works. Thank you. How do you do damage in Heroes? Exactly, Mary Sue. Exactly. On for another 3-week lapse. Very funny, Chuck. Very funny. I'll see you Wednesday. Provided that I don't explode or vomit my guts out, I will see you Wednesday. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. Thank you, Chip, Zero Goki, Tristan, Bright Sky, Chuck, Breezed. Thank you for tuning in, Breezed. Elvia, Mary Sue, Miss Modern Mayhem, Wildcat, Master Buffalo, Gabe Ruiz, if I didn't say it, Deep Freeze. Who else? Andrew, of course, Lunar, Arkbird, Vopop, Lena. We had Choops at one point. We had Veronica. We had Reen. Roy the Boy. Thank you guys. Did I miss anybody? Mercenary BDU, I'm sure. I just got to my hotel. Well, isn't that nice for you, Troops? You know what? I want to travel around the country like you do for your job. I work from home. I could work anywhere. Hit me up. Let's go to, I don't know, West Coast or something. Let's figure something out. Anyway, thank you guys. I'll catch you later. Good night, everybody. Raid oh, is Terra on? Maybe we should raid Terra. All right, who wants to raid Terra? The only thing is, the reason why I don't like raiding sometimes is I feel scummy if I raid them and then I immediately leave myself. I think that's kind of like not that cool. So it's not like proper etiquette to me. I'd rather like actually tune into their stream for a bit. But I want to sleep. So like I'll tune in for like 5 minutes, I guess. But yeah, let's raid Terra. That'd be nice. So if you want some extra crit points, come with me as we go raid Terra Von Regan. That work? Hell yeah. Thank you guys. Make sure to show your support to her. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you Wednesday. And let's go raid. Ready?